We're back again for another session of bullshit. Um, have we got any more listeners beyond the two? What are we up to? 2.5? Is someone listening while breastfeeding?
My mother-in-law keeps finding, like, she'll fast forward to the part where she sees us laughing really hard, and then she'll jump. Oh, that might be a good spot, and she'll watch.
My mom says,
2.5,
"You
sure,
like-
2.5.
You look like you're having fun, honey. I don't know what you're
Yeah.
saying, but
Exactly
you
what
look
my
like you're
mom
having
said.
fun."
Oh, nice.
All right, cool. Well, I'll do a quick recap from last session if I can. So you guys were at the Goliath camp after just defeating the Frost Giants and celebrating revelry. Og was doing some chugging contests with a couple of Goliaths. Steven decided to have a wrestling match with one of them and won to everyone's amazement, I think, other than his own. And then after that night, you guys got everyone together and went towards the peak to go after Yondaelin, the cloud giant that was the asshole that was a thorn in their sides for so long, to give him a whooping. As you were going up, you came across Nigel's favorite, Jidora, who was very distraught and upset about things that were happening on the mountain. She said she couldn't speak to the mountain. She couldn't hear the mountain. The weather was super nice, and it took a turn for the worse after you guys had one rest going up there for the night. And she was just very distraught. She decided to come along with you guys to find out what the fuck was going on. You made it up to the Giants' Keep. We're trying to find a way in because they were just super huge stone slab doors. There were windows you saw. Jidora went up there with a rope. The rope went slack when you tried to climb up it. Really didn't know what was going on, and then kind of all hell broke loose. There were super loud noises. The entire mountain shook. You were trying to figure out what the hell was going on and how to get in again, and once you kind of devised a method and were about ready to give it your all, the doors flung open, and the headless corpse of Yondaelin got thrown out. You discovered some nice robed gentlemen that were there that Nigel tried to befriend. They started spouting some cryptic bullshit that he didn't like and fired off an arrow. And then they forcibly, magically made you kneel and throw your weapons down. Started talking about the dragon below. And then your old buddy Niflgrim showed up to try to save the day and find out what the hell was going on. He dispatched one of the robed figures in a blazing glow of blue cold energy that froze him solid. And then the head D-bag of the group decided he wasn't having it. They had a little Gallic gun Kamehameha standoff and a type of energy which led to Niflgrim's end. A nice little blast of some black energy went through his breath weapon, through his throat, essentially, and he died. Gave you some information about seals and into the worlds and all this stuff. You went into Yondaelin's Keep, found a bunch of stuff, and then found a gigantic, almost seemingly never-ending hole that had some big old stones around them, which is what the Goliath were giving as tribute. After that, you said, we got to find shit out. See a Mount Nimbus. You went back down, hopped back on the boat, and returned to Bark Hollow. You spoke to Fable a little bit, went to Lady Shrewsbury, let her know what's going on. Had a very small interaction with everyone's best friend, Quentin, and then were handed a letter by Lady Shrewsbury with her apologies, saying that a gentleman showed up with some very formal-looking papers and some law enforcement, saying that you stole some property that rightfully belonged to him. The note said it's illegal to steal from your family, and it was signed TD, and Snail is no longer with you.
Do we want to just jump straight to Handsome? Just because I feel like because I don't feel like I reacted properly to that, like I probably should have.
Yeah, to be fair, he probably would be going straight to Handsome, with the rest of us like following him to keep him from getting killed by Handsome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That son of a bitch. Hey, y'all better hold me back when we get in there, or I'm going to slit that stupid motherfucker's throat. And then we just start walking.
Well, you start walking. You don't speak for
Oh.
everyone else.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm not looking back. I don't
I'm
know.
right
if
behind him.
Yeah, Og feels like he might be
Nigel,
needed here.
let's handle this calmly. Let's handle this
Calmly? Oh, we're going to handle this calmly. We'll see. Oh, we'll see. And he's got crazy eyes now. The eyes are crazy.
It's crazy penguin eyes.
Yeah,
All right.
it's not good. You see red in them. Normally they're all black, but you see red, and it is terrifying.
He's
Cool.
scaring his hat.
Yeah.
right.
Why is everyone yelling?
All right, cool. You guys start. You guys head towards the stable. I assume Nigel is going first. You get there. The doors are wide open.
Yeah, I walk in.
Not locked up. Cool. Yeah, you
I'm-
see.
I'm- as soon as I'm like, handsome, where you at, you son of a bitch? And then
You hear kind of like a sweeping motion, like someone's cleaning up, and it just a voice just comes from the stall where Snail was, and it just goes, "I'm here."
I leap at him, saying, "You let them take my boy."
Okay, leap. What are you trying to do, leaping at him?
I'm just leaping at him. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
going full force. I'm not really.
You were expecting someone to hold you back. They didn't hold you back,
Yeah,
so you just kind of threw yourself
like
forward,
that
and then.
kind of
It caught me off guard.
Okay, sure.
Og's gonna try to grab him in midair.
Well, I'll say that since you already leapt, you leap forward. Handsome's back is to you. He's just looking down, trying to clean up. You leap at his back, and you just kind of bounce off of his giant figure. Because I don't know if you guys remember, Handsome is like 7.5 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a good 3. He's big boy. He's
How
big
big is
boy.
Nigel?
It's like 4 feet.
No, 2.5.
You're smaller than Steven?
I'm like penguin size. What did we decide? We decided I'm like penguin size. Let me see.
They're not
Wonder-
too. Find a yardstick
2.9
and stand it up.
2.9 is what I
2.9.
have in the book.
I think
I have
emperor
written down-
penguins are are like 3.5 or 4 feet tall.
Yeah, I think I'm
I'm not
2'9".
100% on that.
We can, this is something that can be
Yeah, we can
handled
figure it
later.
out later. I did not realize you said you were that small. I was thinking like Aarakocras are like decent, but penguin like you're gonna be a lot smaller.
No, I'm a penguin. I keep saying I'm a penguin.
I realize you're a penguin. Okay.
You're
You
like a
yeah,
rat.
Lasso Nigel
If
with
I'm like
Steven's
more
special
foot
rope.
tall.
100%. You just bounce off of him like you're like, and you, wah, and hit him and just fall back.
The
And
emperor
if
penguins are
Og-
about an average of 4 feet tall, give or take
So-
a few like half a foot.
Well, if you bounce back and Og was going to grab you, then yeah, Og, you definitely
Mhm.
have Nigel now.
I guess he's.
Oh wait, so I
too,
bounce off of him,
apparently.
and then he grabs me on the reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I got
so he's and Handsome just slowly turns around. It looks like he's not happy about it. And he's cleaning up and he just says, "I didn't want him to go."
What happened, Snail? What happened? What happened, Handsome? What happened to Snail?
Who came and took him? What did he look like?
I didn't see him. Fablin came and said that Snail's owner was here and we had to give Snail away. I said goodbye and I was very sad and I walked him out of the stable and that was it. It wasn't my choice.
We know it wasn't, Handsome. Thank you for taking such good care of Snail.
You're welcome.
Do you know, did Fablin say anything else about who took Snail?
No, he just said Snail had to go away.
Okay. Do you know where our carriage is? Did they take that too?
No.
Where is it?
Well, you guys know where it is. It was in the other place.
Okay, yeah.
You've been
I think we
same
walked
place.
past it to get there, probably.
Yeah, same place. So like there's like the stable with the animals and then there's like another like barn area and then
Back room.
probably over
Yeah.
there. Yeah. So yeah, same place. Same place. Yeah, same place.
Thank you,
Oh, okay.
Handsome.
I was just gonna
welcome.
ask, like, when they take Snail,
When? Oh, it
how
wasn't.
how soon or how long ago?
Oh, it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
It was yesterday.
We hadn't helped those stupid giants with their stupid side quests, we could have come back here and I would have had my boy still. Better yet, I could have slit Tom Toretto's throat myself when I saw him.
You look really angry.
Just a little bit, handsome. It's not your fault.
I'm
But
angry
it's
too.
someone's fault.
I'm angry too. I like Snail. I wanted to have him around longer.
Well, Handsome, would you like to maybe, not right now, but would you like to come with us later to go get Snail?
Yeah, I'd like to see Snail again. I can definitely find Snail.
You can find him. You're good at tracking.
Wait, you could find him?
I can find him. It's not that hard.
It's not? Okay. Well, we would
No.
love your help to go find him.
Yeah, I'd like to see him again. We were friends.
Yeah. Special friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you say he is right now?
He just points off in a direction, goes that way.
What
He's
direction
that
is
way.
that actually?
It's like southwest.
Southwest? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can
Point
you
southwest.
tell how far
yeah.
away he is?
He's not close.
He's not close. Okay.
No, it'd take a while to find him, but I can find him.
Well, we would love your help later to find him, Handsome.
If he belongs to that other person, we can't bring him back. He belongs to that person. I thought he belonged to you.
Well, he
does?
That's
does.
where the problem came in, I think.
Yeah, I think that person's very confused, but he's our friend and he belongs to us.
Well,
So we're
handsome,
gonna go
here's what
find
we
him
could
later.
do. Why don't you? We could go find Snail, and then you could just ask him where he'd rather be. If he wants to stay with Tom, he can stay with Tom. But if he wants to do the right thing and just come home,
I don't know who Tom is, but I already know what Snail wants.
What does Snail want?
He didn't want to go.
He
there
didn't
you
want to
go.
go.
He didn't want to go.
Well, we're going to need your help to find him, but we'll come back
Okay.
and tell you when we're ready, okay?
Okay, I need to find someone to take care of the animals and take care of Mother before I leave.
You should do that.
There.
Yeah.
Start making arrangements.
Yeah, as long as someone takes care of Mother, then I can leave okay. I just got to come back as soon as I can.
Is this your mother, or is this some creature named Mother?
It's Mother. You met Mother.
Oh, he probably means Lady Shrewsbury.
Huh?
You met Mother.
Where's Mother? Remind me.
She's here.
Where?
Stable?
No, he kind of chuckled. Oh, no, she's not here. She's here. And it's kind of,
Is it the tree? Is it the big tree?
Is she always with you?
Like Oxmom.
Yeah.
I guess she's always with me. If I'm close by, she's always with me. And what'd you ask,
If she's just
Calista?
Is Mother
If
like
the
the
tree.
tree, the big tree?
Yeah, it's Mother. You met
Okay.
Mother.
We did meet Mother. Mother is
You met
beautiful.
Mother. Oh yeah, she is. Thank you.
You're welcome. You make arrangements and we'll be back, okay?
Okay.
Looking
Thank
at
you,
the map,
Hanson.
if they headed southwest with Snail, it could be in the three towns that are most southwest of Bark Hollow are New Saluna, where Og came from, Goldcliff, and Rockport. But if there's a road just going in that direction,
That you know of. Those are the only
so-
things I put down there because that's things that you guys mentioned, like in backstories or
yeah,
that
those
I
would
had
be like
mentioned.
the major towns. That could
Yeah,
be like
and- yeah,
minor
yeah.
provinces and whatnot
There
all
could be
over the
other things
place.
you guys encounter going to and from, depending on what kind of bullshit I can come up with, or want to come up with. But
because we're going to Alora next,
Mhm.
right?
Going to prosperity, yeah.
yeah, that was the plan to go to Prosperity.
Yeah.
Before you guys leave the stable, he kind of gets down and grabs Nigel's flipper before he leaving. He goes, "I'm real sorry that Snail had to go."
It wasn't your fault. I might have jumped at you a little too soon, but that's on me. I've got my own issues I need to work out. I've been told I have an anger problem, and I'm always angry, and I don't trust anyone.
Nigel jumped to conclusion.
We'll try to find Snail, and if we can convince the man to give you Snail, maybe he'll give you Snail.
Oh, we're going to convince the man. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
And then Snail can visit you. You
Yeah,
can make Snail.
We could definitely
Yeah, I
buy
would-
him back legitimately if we wanted. We haven't.
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah. All right, and then he lets you guys go. Where would you like to go next? I know we made some plans beforehand of where you're taking all the fun, wonderful shit you guys found. And
Well,
trying
do we
to.
want to just go all together to each one?
Yeah, why don't we just do that? Because before
Are we
were
able to
Yeah,
do
that's
that?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
just do
yeah,
that,
we
'cause-
have time. Then let's just
Yeah,
we
I
had-
mean,
I was worried because we didn't have time. And we were
initially I was like, you guys can do this or this. And I'm like, you're not like on a time crunch. Like you have to leave like by like, sundown. So it's really
Yeah.
whatever the hell you guys want to do.
Yeah, and I figure we could start with Ellie, and if she thinks
Just go
of
in
some
order.
stuff that Jemison might be able to
Yeah, I was gonna say,
identify
I
better.
will say, I told you guys earlier today that you can only have like one item identified like one time by person. Like I'm not gonna like, oh, we'll bring it to every single person and do the thing. So yeah, just figure out who you want to be like, hey, here's a lot of
Well-
stuff we found. We thought you'd be the best one to tell us.
Well,
and if
can
they
we, yeah.
and if they don't know a whole lot, then we'll just have you discover things later on, either by trial and error.
Mm.
Or just like, we didn't know what this dust was, but let's find out right now.
Let's do lines of it.
Oh, God.
Guys, this seems like
It's great, guys. It's great. It's great. Great.
What's the
We don't know what this dust is, but I want to do it right now.
All I know is it makes my sparkles go real bright now.
Yeah, right. They come
No,
out of
it
new
was-
places. It's really strange.
Look, they're coming out of my nose. Where we put the dust in?
What I was
Exactly.
gonna ask is, what if we ask like, if there's stuff that Jemison might be able to like show Ellie what we have, and then like be like, which of these do you think you might be able to identify for us, or do you think some of these maybe we should bring to Jemison to have him look at?
Well, why don't we? Who do we want to take this corpse to? Because I want to get this fucking corpse out of my hat.
So let's
I
go
would-
to
yeah.
Jameson first.
I would say, as far to answer Og, I would say, so you know that Ellie she's a gnome, so has that kind of inventive nature about her. She's also kind of an alchemist artificer. Jemison is a dwarf wizard, so he is pretty old. He's pretty learned. Magical stuff can probably be his jam. Fablin has been around for a long time. He knows everything about the Shrewsbury estate. He seems pretty knowledgeable, just history-wise, landscape-wise, things like that. Handsome, is a druid, and he knows his animals. And then the blacksmiths you haven't been to yet, so you're not sure about them. Other than when we initially said like, oh, I'm going to trade my axe for a longsword, but there wasn't any interaction,
Yeah.
so you haven't really delved into that yet. But you guys want to do it in game, so we're going to now.
That just seemed more fun. Yeah.
Mm.
Test my skills.
And then we won't have to like be telling each other in text everything that's happening. So,
Okay, gotcha. That's fine.
Because we all found so much shit in that.
There was a lot.
Yeah, there was a good amount of haul that you got off of Mount Nimbus. All of their services are not free as well. So you guys found a good amount of gold.
We got like
so,
2,500 gold worth of shit
Cool.
out of it.
yeah, you got a lot of stuff.
So some of that stuff, I'm assuming we're gonna have to actually like sell. Like it's like gemstones and
Yeah,
bullets
if
and shit, I'm
there's
assuming.
I think I had told you in game is like you found X amount of stuff that equals that
Yeah.
would equal this.
Yeah, so
And
we'll
I
go-
would just say like when you're doing dealings with just added it in as gold pieces and we'll just leave it that way. And if you want to buy something, we can just say, oh, I have this gem that's worth blah, and I have these coins, and it'll just be kind of like cumulative funds. So we don't have to worry about and take like 20 minutes. I need to find a gemsmith like this. It's gold pieces. It's fine.
It's just to add flavor.
Yeah, I was worried that we'd have trouble finding somebody we could sell 10,000 gold worth of items to.
No. The only time that I would say if you find something unique and you're like, oh, this could be really interesting, like you guys found, like you could sell dragon scales, like you could find someone to buy dragon scales, but if you want to use certain items to try to make something or enhance something, then there could be specific items that may have different properties. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Let's go talk to
All right.
Jimson.
Oh,
Jimson
Jimson
first,
first.
please. Mhm.
Oh boy. Okay.
Crotchety old dwarf.
Someone else should talk. Just saying.
Crotchety.
He doesn't like me.
Crotchety old dwarf. Okay. Who's going in?
Why? Are we all? Or just?
Yeah, but like who's leading this this quest
guess
to
I'll
Jimson?
have Nigel take.
Yeah, I'll lead it in.
That's never been a bad idea. Sure.
Okay.
Always a good decision.
All right. So you guys walk in to Jimson's little study,
Okay.
and he's at a desk and he's sitting there. He's like writing on a scroll, transcribing something.
Jimson, my good man, do I have something to show you?
Oh, I can't wait with this group. What did you bring me?
So I just kind of like, check this out. And then I just kind of put my like hat on the ground and I slowly lift it up and a frozen corpse of a.
You hope a frozen corpse comes out.
Oh.
You do this, and as you do that, instead of like a nicely formed, this is something I thought about last time when I was like, they just made a full human come out, and I was like, this has been days since he's been frozen.
Oh,
So
no.
it comes out, but it's not a full thing. It just kind of like you're like you try to do it, like you're just like and nothing comes out, and you're just like kind of doing this with your hat, and it just kind of like like slush. Just like, and like a couple bits are still intact, like there's a hand, and like, and it's just all over his floor now. And he's like,
Oh, no.
and he just kind of looks at it, he's like, well, this is wonderful. I'm so happy that you've brought this into my study.
Well, also, this kind of comes into the second reason why I'm here. You're supposed to kind of teach me more about magic. If I had known more about magic, maybe this wouldn't have happened. This is on both of us, really.
This isn't really magic.
Well, how am I to know how
Man, this is just heat and cold. This is science. If something is frozen, it can only stay frozen for a certain amount of time. And now it does not stay. I don't even know what I'm looking at. It seems like slush.
So
Who is going to clean this up?
This is on me.
Og sighs, and he's like,
I won't help. I'll do
Og
it.
used to cleaning up messes.
Yeah, so
So he just grabs a
You have
mop from the
sawdust?
corner.
Og needs sawdust and a mop.
yeah. So while that's going on, I guess me. And
Yeah, he tells you can find a mop like out and like down the hallway a little bit.
Okay.
So while this is going on, we pretty much while they're cleaning it, we just explained to them what that
Yeah.
corpse
Oh.
was at one point.
I'm assuming the mask is probably still solid.
I mean, there
He
are
was
bits
wearing-
that it like probably broke apart, but it's not like in one intact
Okay.
Yes.
thing. I mean, you can
I would
you can like
suggest y'all try to fish through there to get bits of the mask out, if nothing else.
I mean, you guys saw this thing up close, so you could like describe. You got a good look at it, so you could describe to him
Can I
what
draw a picture of
it
it?
was. Yeah, do a performance check.
Performance check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
No,
Can
no.
we,
Steven said it. This isn't for everyone.
while Og is cleaning up the
9.
mess, can he check to see if he finds anything in it, like that may have been on the body and wouldn't have
Robes.
been frozen,
Yeah.
defrosted?
Yeah, I mean, you can do an investigation. So, Steven, you try to draw this out, and it's like the general. You trying to draw the mask or the whole dude?
The mask. Just the mask.
You draw the mask, and you're trying to do it, and it's like it's an oval with a couple things in there that you're trying super hard to like put what's in your head onto paper, and it just looks like kind of an oval with other circles and points on it. And, you're like,
I'm not an artist.
and it's just like that. I
Og got a 15 on his investigation roll.
I can tell that you are not an artist. This doesn't have. That's a very interesting story that you've passed on to me. The drawing does not help me.
I apologize. I tried.
15. Nothing is really standing. Like everything that was on this
not any, like,
thing
rings
or
or
a part
anything,
of this
or
thing
gold or
was
stuff.
no, it like with what he got hit with and the power of that breath weapon, like everything that was on him, anything that he had, anything he was wearing, like just froze solid
Okay.
and like became just this like
Slurry.
frozen thing. Yeah.
Okay.
He just says, well, what you've described is nothing that I can really say stands out. It seems like you encountered some very, very powerful mages.
Yeah, pretty much. It was bad. It wasn't a good scene.
Well, I assume he told him the whole story.
Yeah.
Well, if one mage can kill a fully grown dragon with one shot, then truthfully, I hope you don't encounter these mages again. That would be bad business.
Yeah, it was kind of buck wild, to be honest.
They spoke
Yeah.
of the dragon below. Do you know anything about that?
The dragon below. He kind of takes his long friggin' his beard is braided and he just kind of like plays with the two long ones, just kind of like goes through those and he's thinking dragon below. I can't say I've heard of it before.
Nigel, you have that rock in your hat still, right?
Oh, yeah. Pick up this Space Jam looking orb. And I just kind of like, I pull this like basketball glowing like orb.
Yeah. I love how you put all these characteristics to it, which we've never discussed before, but that's okay.
I thought that's what it was. I thought it was like a big.
It was not. It was a big old thing. It was like you couldn't quite see through it. It's not glowing.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. I just
thought it had like a
Space Jam,
The
you know,
glow in Nigel's eyes when he looks at it makes it appear that it's glowing.
But it's definitely a Space Jam orb. Definitely.
Space Jam, or exactly. It steals. It steals talent from basketball players. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm
He
saying.
tells you this and says, if you know any basketball players, you can. No. Let's see what Jimson knows.
Charles
The
Barkley.
monsters are coming.
Chuck Bark. So he looks at it and he says, "Oh, that's a very interesting stone. Where you said you'd acquired this on the mountain?"
Yes.
Uh,
It was
Well,
surrounding a large hole in the ground that was bottomless, that seemed to go on forever. And the dragon Niflgrim mentioned that it was guarding seals of great power.
Yeah, the Giants would make the Goliaths all year long tear apart the island looking for these orbs. And then, I guess, use whatever power was in the orbs to keep the seal going?
To break the seal.
Ugh.
Yes. Well, I can tell you one thing. This is not a stone. From my days growing up in the mountains and just dwarves are told to and honed to know everything about stonework, I could look at a stone and tell you what it is, and this is not a stone.
Is it poop?
What is it?
I can't say right away. I assume it has some sort of inherent magical qualities. If they were brought to this place and kept and put in this configuration and had to be restocked, I'm sure it has some sort of magical quality. It is not a stone.
If we were to leave this with you for a while, would you be able to find out more information for us?
I could find out what I can from different magical purposes and tomes. Yes, I could.
That would be greatly appreciated.
We also got we found some scrolls in the Giants' Keep that we need you to take a look at as well.
Oh, yes. How many did you guys find? I don't remember.
I think we only found the one scroll, but then
I think there was one.
One
Two
scroll.
potions, and the powder of the
Right.
pouch full of dust.
I remember there was one scroll. Okay.
Roll too much dust.
Okay, you're just gonna show him the scroll, or what do you want to show to
Am I rolling
Jensen?
the dust?
Might as well have.
I think the
potion.
dust would
Scroll
be
and the
more
dust.
of an artificer or alchemist kind of thing. Ingredient.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, I
around
think you're right.
again.
okay.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah,
show
that's
him.
right.
Let's just deal with the scroll.
Scroll. Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah. So you bring out another scroll, and he just kind of like prepares himself for what's going to be on this scroll because he's still got that in his head from the gigantically and just like super rare scroll that Callista brought to him weeks ago that he did not have a good interaction with. But he opens it up and just kind of holds his breath for a second and goes up and starts reading it. And he goes, "Oh, good." And he says, this is more of a more common spell scroll that you have here. It details the characteristics of Maximilian's earthen grasp.
Okay.
Yes.
Neat.
Yes. It can be quite useful. This is a good thing that you found.
What does it do?
He does that spell.
It casts the spell Maximilian's earthen grasp. Essentially, if you want to hold someone in place with a giant hand made of earth, you can use this spell scroll.
Oh, all right.
As far as identifying this thing, there will be resources I need to utilize, and my time is not pro bono.
Absolutely
So,
understood. Yes.
The amount of time that I would need would be 50 gold each day until I can identify what this is.
Fair enough. I do have one more question. And Stephen pulls out his rope. And the more I've been thinking about this, I feel like you might be the person to ask about this rope. It seems very
Yes.
special. I cannot understand quite what it is.
Yes. Let me take a look at that. And he grabs it and he kind of goes over and is pulling it through his hands, inspecting it, trying to like throw it up against the wall, see if it does anything. He says, definitely magical properties to this rope. What? What?
What?
What?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything
You're
about
speaking
this.
on his bad side. He goes, what?
Said nothing about safe words. Keep going.
And he says, yes, this definitely magical qualities to this rope. He's going at it for a while. He's looking at it. And he goes, oh, yes, I should have known. Because you found yourself a rope of climbing.
Ooh.
And essentially, he tells you that the rope, so it's a 60-foot length of rope. It weighs only 3 pounds, but it can hold up to 3,000 pounds.
Holy shit.
Okay.
If you hold one end of the rope and use an action to speak the command word, the rope animates. As a bonus action, you can command the other end to move towards a destination you choose. Basically, yeah, you can animate the rope and say, hey, tie along to this thing or do this or do whatever. Hello. Yes. Hang on. Thank you. There's a drive-by smooching.
Gotcha.
If you tell the rope to knot, a large knot appears at 1 foot intervals along the rope. The rope has an AC of 20 and 20 hit points. It regains 1 hit point for every 5 minutes as long as it is at least 1 hit point. If it goes to 0 hit points, it is destroyed.
So what was that? It kind of cut out on me.
Sorry.
The hit point at what?
So the AC is 20.
Got that.
HP is 20.
Got that.
It regains 1 HP for every 5 minutes that it's just being unaffected.
Okay.
If it drops to 0, it is completely destroyed.
So we shouldn't wrap it around somebody to use as armor.
Probably not. Yeah.
That might not be
That's
a good idea.
I'm glad I went with him.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, anything magical, he's gonna have a good sense for. Actually, should have had him roll with advantage. He didn't roll great, but it was a pretty common item.
I guess I should ask him to take a look at my brass knuckles then too, since I know there's something magical about them.
Do you want him to?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, go for it. Go for it and go for it. Yeah, what do you want to ask Jemson?
How
these work?
Guess Og will just pull the brass knuckles out and be like, Goliath, give these to Og. They seem magical. Don't really know what they do though.
Yes.
They used to be Caladans. Or
Oh,
Caladans.
Cabadon.
Cabadon. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Cabbage.
I met him only once, but he seemed like a good fellow. Let me see.
And he takes them and he starts looking at them. And there is some like kind of ornate kind of decoration to it. A couple runes, things like that. Nothing that you could decipher or read. But he's just looking at them and says,
Yes, these are very special. They're very special. I can't tell you exactly what they do, but this is a metal that is very precious. This is metal that you can't just find anywhere. So the whoever forged these was very well versed and was very skillful. There are magical qualities. I assume it may enhance some sort of damage. It is a weapon, of course. But I would just practice with them, see what they do, give them the old college try, and see what comes out of it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I should ask the black.
so he didn't roll great. So that was the that was the main thing for that. So basically, there's definitely magical qualities to this. It could be from the runes, it could be from the ore that it was forged with. And his best guess is it probably enhances the damage of this item.
Okay.
Yes, Callista.
While they were asking Jemson to identify his stuff, I'd like to cast detect magic on the three rings and the necklace to see if they're magical. So I should know if I should ask him.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you cast detect magic, and like the way it is like described in like other podcasts and things like that. And I don't remember exactly what it says in the book. If it's like, oh, here, there's this color shows up this color. It's just like a ping of just like a ding, 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 ding. And you in this room, particularly, you cast detect magic, and it's just like ding, 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 like so much stuff in here. Just all of a sudden, it's like, oh, there, okay, there, oh, that rope that that's great, cool. His rapier, cool.
The way it reads is, you can see a faint aura around any visible creature or object that bears magic, and you learn the school of magic. So I just want to see if those three rings or necklace are magical at all.
Sure. Nothing is coming off of them in particular. Okay. Yeah. They're very ornate. They're very big. They're pretty damn well decorated, but nothing magical is coming off them.
Okay.
Yeah, it seemed like a giant's or a ring would be like armband or necklace for a regular size thing.
Yeah.
Belt. If we're just talking about like
put it around my horse's waist.
So I'm gonna take my hat off. I'm like, I've got this hat. I can just put shit in here, and then it just doesn't really affect the shape of the hat. Also, it talks to me, and then I just kind of hand it to him to look at. Oh yeah, and I'm not crazy. Og's heard it too.
Okay, and he grabs the hat and just looks. I guess this hat was made as magical purposes, same as a bag of holding. That's why it doesn't change shape when you put things in it.
Yeah, but normally the bag doesn't talk to you.
Tried to take what you described to me as a full body out of the hat, so I assume you know that trait already, that it doesn't change shape. What do you mean? What do you mean it talks to you?
Well, it communicates with its voice. I'm not sure if it's telepathically. Is he telepathically talking to me, or is it just like real quiet?
When Og poked his head in, he was able to like hear someone talking.
Yeah, Og heard.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess Og will point in. I'll poke head in and hear voice speaking.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, and he there's one moment, and he
Takes the hat and goes over and pulls open a drawer and he takes a couple crystals and shit out and he's like kind of holding them up and to different points of the hat and things and going through. And he grabs one and he puts it under to the top of the hat and it kind of has a faint little glow to it. And he goes, oh, and he takes it and he kind of rubs, like goes around the rim of it and it glows a little more. Oh. And he kind of puts it right up to the inside of the hat and it just like comes on like a light bulb. And he says, and puts it away, puts everything away, closes it, hands it back, says,
who did you, where did you get this?
Through back alley means. It was very expensive and very hard to find. Actually.
he gives you one of these for a second.
Oh dear.
This is,
See,
well,
that's why I'm here. So I don't do stupid magic shit like this.
well, you did something stupid. This,
Oh.
I don't know who made this hat and what means they constructed it, but there is a soul that is bound to this hat.
Oh no.
So, does that answer your question? Whoever the voice that is speaking is the soul that is bound to this hat.
Oh no.
And he hands it out to you.
Is there a way to rid this soul for my friend here?
Well, I think "rid's" not really the word we're looking for. More
Free? What do you?
free is the word we're looking for.
Can we destroy this soul?
Can we trap the soul in something else for our music and get it out of the hat?
So we can look at it.
Perhaps a cursed mirror.
Yeah. He says, I want to ask if I'm the fairest. He says,
If we were to remove the soul from the hat would be destroyed and possibly the soul with it. This item was created by magical means that bound the soul to this hat to give it these properties. And if we were to try and separate them, it could destroy everything.
So
Fair enough.
what did we say? Was this like?
Looks like you're stuck, Nigel.
Well, shit.
Maybe you need to have chat with Hat.
Yeah. So I put the.
Have yourself a hat, chat.
Yeah. So yeah, as soon as I say that, I just stick my fucking head into the hat. I just start trying to talk to it.
okay, all right. As you're having this conversation, which I guess we will address in a minute, he says,
Is there anything else you need of me right now?
Do not believe
Covers
so.
it. Is Og
been
done
very helpful.
mopping up the cultist yet?
yeah, let's say it's good enough. And he's like,
Someone else will take care of that. I appreciate the gesture. Please, if you do, when you return, do not soil my study with another half-frozen corpse. Would be
Oh wait, and then I pop my head. I'm like,
preferential.
my lessons. So I stopped doing stupid
What?
things. You're supposed to teach me how to do magic.
I am.
That's what Lady Shrewsbury told me.
Oh, that was a week ago. I didn't know. Yes,
and he starts looking around a little bit. He goes over to a bookshelf, takes out a step ladder, goes up a little bit, and he's perusing through the books. And he grabs one, and goes over to another one, and he takes his steps, and goes in and grabs another one. And he goes and putting them on the table, and he basically does this and gets about 5 different books that are about that thick.
he says, this will start you on your journey if you are wanting to master the ways of the wizardry.
Can I roll to see how disappointed I am that I have to read a bunch of books to learn how to do magic?
Go for it. Wizards are based off of intelligence, sucker.
Nigel, you should try to teach your hat to do magic.
Real fine. So I got a 13. I am not pleased, but it's gonna be okay. I kind of sigh. I'm like,
He says there's no shortcut to learning the ways of magic. You have to study and then study and study more and practice.
And when he says that last "prr," his jowl just going practice.
So it's like stage magic, but
Real.
But not bullshit, exactly.
whoa!
You're lucky enough to be born with it.
Yeah. I just shoot Callista a dirty look. I'm just like, yeah. So I take those books and I just throw them into the hat. I'm like, I'll deal
Okay.
with you later.
The
books.
soggy hat that
Can the
has
hat
all the
read stuff when you
bits
put
and
it in there?
pieces.
Like, could you put?
Well, no, that's
reading
gone. So you
material
don't
in there
have,
for the
you don't
hat?
have a big like 150, 140-pound body in your hat anymore. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
can
those
just
books
start
will fit
throwing
in there.
shit in there again.
Some of the
Yeah,
gooey
exactly.
stuff still stuck to the sides. You
No,
know it
it's all
did.
out.
And
Anything. The idea is that whenever I flip it like that, whatever I want to come out comes out. So if I want that entire corpsicle out, the entire corpsicle came out, and whatever was attached to it. That's how a bag of holding works.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put those in there. And then, you want to deal with me talking to this hat right now, or do you want to do that later?
well, before whatever you want, before you guys leave, as Calista goes,
I would like a word with the tiefling.
It's good to see you again, Jensen. What can I do for you?
he just kind of gives a.
Like I realized that one of the last couple of times we encountered each other, I was less than pleasant. And I apologize. It's not every day that someone walks into Jemson's study with something of that rarity, and my greed and my jealousy got the best of me. It's not something I'm proud of, but I am very sorry for my behavior. And as a token of my good faith and my dwarvish honor, I would like to give you something.
Oh,
and he
well,
gives,
that's
and he
very
gives you,
kind
and
of
he
you.
hands out a scroll.
He says, I hope this aids you in your journey. What you told me earlier with the mages you encountered, it is probably something that you could use in a pinch. That is a scroll of lesser restoration, and I hope that it will aid you in your journey.
Oh, right there? Yeah, we can fix that.
Well, that's very kind of you, Jensen, and I do appreciate it. And I admit I could have approached you in a more friendly way. So
What?
it is both. Oh, thank you so much, Jensen.
Oh,
We
yes.
appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely, babe. I will look into your knot stone for you.
Thank you.
I just have
Okay.
this horrible mental image of like, you seen like the SNL like Dick in a Box sketch? Like,
I don't know where you're going with this.
so like, instead of in a box, it's in a scroll. So you open the scroll. It's like step 1, cut a hole in the scroll. Step 2, put your junk in the scroll. Step 3, give her the scroll.
Better unfurl that scroll. Oh,
So
okay.
I just had, the thought popped into my head when you were telling her about the scroll.
Jimson's crotchety. He's not a perv, so that's.
That we know
Not
of.
shitty.
All right. So yeah, that's what you got. Headband. So you got. So yeah. Anything else for Jimson?
I think that's it. As far as the what's it called? He said 50 gold per day until he can figure that out.
Oh yeah, do we need to give
How
him
do we
like a
do it?
deposit or just pay him at? You
We'll
know,
No.
figure it out when it comes.
Yeah.
We're good for it.
He figures you're gonna come back for this thing because you're genuinely interested in it. It's like Pawn Stars. If you don't come back, it becomes his. So he's okay. And if you want it back, then here's the money that it takes for you to
I've never
get this
seen
thing back.
of that.
I really loved it, and Elise hated it. So anytime I had it on, she was just like, "Why are you watching this again?" It made her uncomfortable because there was the back and forth of like, "Oh yeah, this is the thing you got. I don't know if I can sell it. Sit on the shelf for a while. I gave you this much." And there's the back and forth like, "Oh, maybe blah, blah, blah." And she's just like, "I hate this negotiation bullshit," which is funny because that's what she does daily for her job. Anyways. Yeah. Anyways. All right. Where are we going next?
I would say probably either the blacksmith or Ellie.
Let's go to Ellie next because we have a couple of things for Ellie, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
I had this earlier. Should have written it down. It's fine.
I will say this: Nigel and Callista, neither of you had anything from the blacksmith that you wanted, correct?
Oh no,
Correct.
no, friend. I have dragon scale that I want to turn into.
Okay, never mind then.
We got dragon scale that we gotta fuck with.
All right, never mind.
Gotta fuck with it.
Yeah, I was like, yo, we've got these scales. Let's do something fucking crazy with them. Let's just have fun.
Grind them up and snort them.
Yeah, let's just,
Oh God! Why are we snorting everything in this
Og
episode?
wants to
We got
snort
dust.
everything.
Let's put it up our nose. Dragon scales. Let's grind it up and put it up our nose.
I mean, one of them has to do something eventually.
Oh, shit. So Og is this is where we learn that Og goes to NA. He's recovering.
No, I'm practicing for my future bard.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. And that's great that we stalled for a second because I remembered what I wanted to write down earlier. Okay. So everyone's going to see Ellie.
Wins.
I think we're all just gonna stick
Yeah.
together. And
Might as well. It's more entertaining that way.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So you guys leave Jimson. You head over. You make your way to Ellie's domicile. You just go in, or do you knock?
We're
Definitely
being-
knock.
Wait, Ellie likes Og, right?
yeah, we'll make Og
Yeah,
go
but
first.
last time I went in there, she almost lost some kind of weird like tome that she'd shrunk down. So definitely knock first.
I'll knock. No.
Yeah. She had some weird experimental shit going on when Og went in. Yeah. You never know what this girl's gonna be doing. You just knock in.
Knocking.
Yeah.
Knocking. All right.
Okay.
And nothing for the first knock.
Knock.
All right. Out. He goes.
Og, will
Who
you-
is it?
It's your friends from Lady Shrewsbury. Callista, Nigel, Stephen, and Og.
She goes, oh, muscles?
Yeah, muscles.
Ahoy hoy.
Well, yeah, come on in. And you guys open up the door, and she is, so when you go in, like it's a pretty big room, but there's like a long table that just kind of goes like right down the middle of this room, just like with all kinds of shit stacked on top of it. Like there's like stuff on shelves around you doing all these things, and she's tinkering with something on the other end. She's got like some big old like friggin' magnifying goggles on, everything, a bunch of tools around her, and she's just trying to get things going. She doesn't look up at you guys. She goes, "Hey guys, what do you need?"
Well, we came to speak to you about a couple of different things. Did you get my letter that I left for you after the party?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Sorry, last time we probably talked, I don't really remember. Last time we probably talked, I may not have been myself.
Perfectly fine. It was a great party. You know, you had a great time. We all had a great time. And I kept your shawl very safe for you. Did you happen to come
When you say
together?
shawl, she kind of goes back and puts her hands, like takes it all, and she's like,
Do you still have it?
I do.
Can I have that back?
Well, of course. Is it sentimental to you?
Oh, not to me, to Maynard.
Who's Maynard?
Oh, he wanted his shawl the other day and I didn't have it, and I was like, where did I? And I saw your note and I said, oh, that's probably, and he just would like it back.
No problem. Here you go.
Oh, wonderful. He hasn't
shut up about it. She goes over and she hops off her stool and comes over and grabs it. And she starts walking towards the back of the other room, and she goes,
see, you little butt. You little turd. We got it back. You're fine. You should stop talking.
and she kind of like goes up these little steps towards the back window, and there's just a bunch of stuff piled up back there. And she's walking up these steps. She goes over, and there's like this little like helm that's on the top of this stack of stuff. This is like big pile of stuff. And she goes,
see, I told you I'd get it back. Now stop bugging me. I got work to do.
and she just wraps it around the helm and sets it down. And she says, there. And she turns around and starts walking down, and she goes, oh,
Maynard was going crazy.
and she walks down and goes back to the stool. She doesn't go back to what she's doing, but she kind of just like spins around really quick a couple times and stops herself and looks at you and goes,
What can I do for you?
Well, if you remember that in that letter, I explained that it was supposed to be something that would completely hide my appearance and maybe be able to change the way I look. Did you have something for that?
Yeah, I got something. I don't know about changing how you look. That's something that might be a little bit out of my expertise. But I did get you this.
And she goes over and hops off her stool, pulls open a drawer, and pulls something out. And she unfurls it, and it's just a big cloak. And she says, "Yeah, I got this made up for you. This will be able to, where is it? She goes, yeah, I've seen this a couple times before. Never really made one and tried to give a good try at it. This is a one-of-a-kind Eliwick original Cloak of Elvenkind. While you wear this cloak with its hood up, your perception checks made to see you have disadvantage.
Ooh.
And you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide because the cloak's color shifts to camouflage you. And if you pull the hood up or down, so the hood has to be up to do all this stuff, that requires an action.
Thank you so much, Eliwick. This is wonderful. This is exactly
She's
what I was hoping
whoa. This ain't free, my tiefling gem.
What is it that you would need? Because if you recall, Lady Shrewsbury sent us to you to get something to recompense us for helping defeat Torlak, helping subdue Torlak.
Yeah, if it is something that I just had here that I could give to you, I'd be happy to. This took time, this took effort, and this
I
took
understand.
materials, lady friend.
Would
So,
you like one of these?
gold is always good.
I have one of these giant
Maynard likes gold too.
jeweled rings. There's lots of gold in it. Would you like that one?
I will say that is very huge, and I don't know where I would put it. I couldn't wear it. Not one for jewelry myself.
Maynard might like to have it around his shawl.
Don't talk like you know Maynard.
Maynard, would
You
you-
have not been introduced to Maynard yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't know. I'll tell you what. Since I like you guys, and she looks over and winks at Og, I'll give you the old Ellie discount. Normally, something like this would be about 400 gold. I'll knock off 100 gold for my friends.
Thank you so much. I'll take it. There you
Absolutely.
go.
So yeah, just mark that off your gold count.
Got it.
And she says,
Callista is awful at talking to people. Like, she's just bad at it.
I am.
You seem to offend everyone you talk to somehow.
I am
How
very
did-
charismatic.
whoa,
People
whoa,
like
how did she offend Ellie?
Oh, well, she tried to talk to old
To Maynard?
Maynard.
Oh, she wasn't offended. She was like, you don't know Maynard.
I got
Don't
you.
try to bring
Yeah,
Maynard
it was
into
like,
this.
You don't know Maynard. And then
No,
there's-
like from how you guys have interacted with Ellie so far, like you got to do something pretty fucking like
despicable.
pretty bad to like piss off Ellie.
Okay.
Like, she's pretty cool.
She goes, okay, one down. What else you got?
Well,
Carrying
also found
the viscous liquid and
Mhm.
red
these
bubbly.
2 potions and this pouch of dust.
She goes, ooh, and you put it down on our table. She throws her goggles back down. Let's see, which one are we doing first here? Let's do the potions first. Little liquid stuff. Okay. So she picks up the red one and she's looking at it for a second. She curls around, she takes the cork off of it, and she kind of smells it. She goes, yep. Puts the thing back on, puts it on the table, and goes, that is a potion of fire breath.
Ooh.
You ever want to set something on fire? Don't have any torches in your hand? Chug that little ditty, and you can spit fire out your mouth. So yeah, that essentially gives you grants you like a fire breath spell that you can use within a minute, and we can look up the spell later. But it just gives you, it's either fire breath or dragon's breath, but it's fire based. So I think it's like a 15-foot cone out in front of you. There's a dex save throw, and then there's different damage that goes into it.
Is Steven listening and hearing that it's fire based?
Yeah, you try to put yourself as far away from that potion. If you held that potion, you're just like, I want any more.
Nope,
Not in my pouch.
Not for me. You can have that. Anybody else?
There you go.
Who had it actually?
I don't remember. Whoever wrote it down in their inventory.
Pretty sure it was stuck in a hat.
In the group pile.
The other one, Ellie. The other one, she picks it up and she's swishing around. She goes, this, and she's looking at it and she kind of puts her finger in it. And is looking at it and like puts it, like dabs it on the table and swishes it around. She goes, this, wouldn't drink this one. This is not one to be drunk. It's pretty slick. You could probably put some people down on their asses. Or spread it all over your body and make yourself hard to stop.
Ooh, I'm
You
taking
can
that.
say, this is slick oil. You can say that. This is some slick oil. Don't drink it.
Yeah.
Don't drink it.
Oil
I
of
start clapping my hands, like, yee, and I just like, that goes straight into the hat. I don't wait for y'all to say anything. I just snatch it into.
So Nigel claimed that. She goes, those were fun. Where'd you find those?
in a giant's cave. What about this pouch of dust?
Oh, yeah, let me get that. And she snatches it out of your hand. And opens it up and immediately just starts like coughing. Like she does that and a little bit kind of puffs up. She's like, just like it takes her a good minute to like hack up whatever's going on. And she starts kind of chuckling and laughing afterwards. You got one over on Ellie. This is a trick, wasn't it? You wanted. Don't give me a pouch of a dust of choking, and not tell me what it is. That's it. You want to incapacitate some folks? You throw this in their face. I'll tell you that. Oh boy.
Well, we didn't know it was. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to make you cough.
And again,
You didn't know what it was. I understand. It's fine.
Nigel slowly
I'm
grabs
good.
it,
I'm good for a practical
slowly
joke.
drops it.
Balls in Ellie's court. Balls in Ellie's court. I got you loud and clear.
Sorry, my cat distracted me. It was
It was a dust of choking, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, you throw it at some people. They do a con save, and they can just be like laid out for a little while due to choking and coughing.
Well, let's just we got those
Healed tear
salves.
gas.
Let's go with the salves too.
I'm sorry, dust of sneezing and choking. There we go.
Okay.
I had it written
Oh,
down.
shoot, I actually-
The salves.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So you you give those over. Starts looking at him. Hey boy. He goes, oh yeah, these. Did you make these?
No,
We did not.
I
We found
found them on my travels.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, she goes, well, this one here. And she hands up one that's kind of the smaller kind of pouch. She goes, this one will cure poison. Well, that's a good one to have on you. And these other two are just have some healing properties. It's basically the same as you get from your run-of-the-mill healing potion.
Dope. Does anybody want those? Callista, you seem to be all healing now with your.
I'll take one of the healing salves.
Okay.
Y'all, the people who can't heal should take the healing salves, just in case I can't.
I got the lay on hands, and
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
so you-
just take both of those.
I already have a healing potion as well.
So yeah, instead of like healing salve, just like put healing potion, especially if you're using D&D Beyond, that it'll just throw it in there and be good stuff.
I write stuff down under the personal possessions area for Og. So
Okay. Was there anything else for Ellie? I'm crossing out things that you guys have already got.
I don't.
Did you want to
so.
check out Brass Knuckles or no?
We
Well,
can't
you
check
already
something
did.
else.
Oh, you already did.
Yeah, I
Oh,
already asked Jensen to look at them. I mean,
Question, because can I ask her about the fang, and
Yeah.
then if I find out what they are, still use them like to make a weapon with them, or like
Yeah.
'cause that's then
Yeah.
acting
So the whole thing was I will let you ID items
Okay.
for one like source,
Mhm.
but I'm not gonna say, oh, I bring it to Ellie, I bring it to this, I bring it to that, I bring it to that,
Right.
because that's gonna eat up time. So yeah, if you want her to look at the feathers or the fang or anything like that, you can do that. And if they're like, oh, this is this, then you can still incorporate them into
Okay.
crafting.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Let's show her the fangs and the manticore quills and the dragon scales and ask her what the best use of these are.
Okay. Let's see, fang. She goes, oh, that's man, I haven't seen one of these in a while. That's a wyvern fang.
Wyvern?
Yeah. It's essentially like a smaller kind of dragon-ish
Okay.
thing, dumber, not as powerful. And she says, "Yeah, those are pretty tough. No real magical qualities, but it's fun to have."
Anything we could do? Could we incorporate it into a weapon of some sort?
She goes, oh, I'm no smith. I mean, you can ask, but
Cool.
yeah, nothing I could really do with that. I could make you a fun necklace.
Not very helpful
I'll pass.
in the
Okay.
stabbing realm that we're looking for. What about these manticore quills or dragon scales? Anything neat we can do with those?
Dragon scales. You can do a lot with dragon scales. Yeah, you can. Well, I already said necklace. Make you necklace. You could take them. Yeah, make them. Inlay them to a shield. You could try to grind them down and try to smelt them into a weapon. You can. There's a lot you can do with those, but again, a little outside my realm of capabilities. I could maybe make you some sort of protective amulet. Haven't really worked with dragon scales before, so it'd be a first for Ellie.
How many scales would that take? I'm feeling real scale friendly today.
I don't know. How many you got?
Let's say 2.
2. Ooh, that'd probably give me one shot at doing it. Can't say I'd be successful, but I would love to try.
Yeah, let's give it a go. Why not?
All right.
I'm gonna get the rest. TM. I'm gonna give everybody else like the rest of them. So we're gonna just split them all up equally after that.
How many do you have
everybody
total?
else- Huh?
How many you have total?
I have 12. So I was just gonna split them up between everybody so they could do whatever they wanted with them.
All right,
I
so
was-
are you doing like you have 3, like evenly, like everyone has 3? Because that would be the easiest
Yeah.
thing to do, as opposed
Yeah,
to then doing like I
No, no,
have.
No, yeah, everybody has 3. I'm gonna just try this one. I'm gonna give her 2 and then take the one to see if they can do something with the rapier at the blacksmith. But everybody else has 3.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm
All
thinking this might be able to help Og get his.
Yeah, as soon as you said
Black-
shields and shit like that, I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm
Okay.
gonna,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah. She goes.
Yeah, this will take me a couple days to try to finagle around, see if I can do something with. You provided the rarest thing to make this thing. My other materials aren't super expensive, but it'd be I don't know, 30 gold to try to do this. If I
Again-
don't, if I fail, you're out 30 gold and some dragon scales. But I could potentially make something pretty badass.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna let her do that. So I give her the 30 gold, wink at her, and then we all walk out.
Thank you
Cool.
so
Talking
much,
for everyone
Ellie.
else again.
I'm sorry. I walk out.
Okay.
My bad. I hit her gold and then I walk the fuck out.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So she's just like looking at these scales and like super excited. Is everyone leaving?
yeah.
Okay.
I'll say
Uh,
bye, Ellie.
Like, she goes, I'll see you again. I have a feeling you always come find Ellie. I'll see you again.
I'll make sure and bring him by for you, Ellie.
Good.
We'll make sure he's
Don't-
bathed next time.
make sure he's bathed.
Unless you look like a dirty boy. And then he feels really gross saying that and then just really walks out of the room now.
Because she says, "Don't go dying on me, muscles."
Mhm.
And as you guys are walking out,
I'll
and the
do his
doors
best.
as as you guys are walking out and the doors are closing, she holds out and she goes, "Maynard, dragon scales!" And the doors close. All right, so you're headed to Blacksmith next?
Blacksmith, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, other than Og, this is the first time you guys have been here. It's and again, Og, you just had a very quick in and out. There was an elf you spoke to, and you're like, no like axe anymore, sword, and he just traded you out, going through and doing that. So yeah, you guys know where to go. Og kind of leads you there. You walk in, and it's a pretty big area. Like it's its own building. It's got it's got the forge there. It's got like anything you could think of as far as tools to make things. There are some completed items that are already made, armor, shields, weapons. There are some that are in like pre-production, like up on like a mannequin being made, things like that. And you see a male elf and you see a female dwarf as you walk in.
What's up, guys?
I'm gonna walk up to the female dwarf.
Okay.
Excuse me, miss.
She turns around and goes,
Holy hell, you're a goblin.
Yes, apologize for my appearance.
You can't just walk up on people like that when you're a goblin.
I've been-
Holy hell.
I've been trying to work on that. I understand. I have a frightening experience, yes.
Oh boy. Well, apologize for my reaction. What can I do for you?
It's necessary. I'm actually used to it. It happens quite often.
I assume so. What can I do for you, not frightening goblin?
I'm looking for weapons. I believe we're in the right place. I'm looking for
Absolutely.
myself and my compatriots here. We are looking to maybe upgrade some things, and we have some items that we want to possibly incorporate.
Sure thing. Came to the right place. I love playing around with knickknacks to put into weapons and armor.
Awesome.
I don't know where this voice is going. It's kind of molding as I go, so just bear with me.
He's
It's
a
fun.
little bit of
Let it
Cajun, a little
happen.
bit of something else.
I don't know. We'll
Just
find
go
out.
where the wind takes
You're
you.
on key.
Cajun dwarf.
Cajun dwarf. The old Cajun dwarf.
I'm looking. We have these this fang and some dragon scales. Myself,
The dragon scales in our eyes give vision. Oh, I can do a lot with dragon scales.
I believe I cannot speak for the other members, but I know myself. I'd like to see if these could be incorporated into a shield, into the shield that I carry now.
The scales or the fang or both?
The scales. I'd like the scales into the shield, and I'd like to see if this fang could be either incorporated into my dagger that I own or into a new dagger.
Yeah, I can definitely see what I can do with that. First off, call me Tom. Tom Heavy Hand.
Oh, Tom Heavyhead. Oh, I apologize. My name is Stephen Nightmorn.
What was that?
Stephen Nightmorn?
Steven.
No. It's Stephen.
Steven.
No. It's close. It's Stephen with a F. Stephen.
Well, hell, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna call you Goblin.
That works for me.
Is that okay? Okay. Well, Goblin, the scales I can absolutely try to put into a shield. That's one of my favorite things to do, is taking one thing and another thing and ramming those two together and making a new thing. It's wonderful. I'm very happy to do it. Sometimes it's harder. Sometimes it's a little easier, depending on what you give me. So if you bear with me,
Ew.
huh?
Nothing.
If you bear with me, and I get something made that's to your liking, then we'll talk about payment.
Absolutely. I like the sound of that, yes.
Is this the shield you want me to work with?
And she points
This
to
is
your
the
shield.
Yes, and I hand it over to her.
Okay, then. This takes some time. It's going to take a couple days.
That's fine. I could deal without it for a while.
Okay, then. And as far as that fang goes, I You want to make a dagger?
If I was thinking like maybe incorporate it into a dagger, or but my goal. I've been thinking about a new weapon. You see, I've been carrying this long sword, and I've worked for it with a long time. But I'm thinking of a flail. Do you have any flails available?
Oh, we got lots of flails. Yeah, absolutely.
May I peruse them and see what you have? Are they just your run-of-the-mill flails? Are there anything special that you might carry?
Well, I like to think all the flails we make are special. I don't make them from scratch. That would be Bragathan's wheelhouse. But if you want me to take something and put it into a flail, I would love to do that. If you're looking just for flails we have, I'll have you go talk to Bragathan.
All right. Yeah, I guess.
And I mean, you can see there's like weapons on the walls and things like that.
Yeah.
They're just kind of behind their workspace. But yeah, you see a couple different flails. There's swords, there are axes, there's all kinds of shit. Like pretty much everything you could think of that you would
So
want.
if I'm looking to make something out of something, I would talk to Bragathan. So if I want that dagger, I would most likely go talk to Bragathan and see if he can turn that into a dagger.
Yeah, so basically Bragathan is going to be like the full-on smith. Like if you want like just something made, he'll do it. Talm is the one that's going to kind of incorporate things and enhance items that are already made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Nathan, real quick, with like say my +1 rapier, does that add the +1 to the attack bonus or to the damage?
Both.
Both. Okay, so that would be like 1d8 plus like okay, because I think
So yeah, if you roll a 15, you get to add a +1 to the attack, and if it hits, you take your 8 and you roll it, and then if you get a 6, you add your regular.
I got you.
Yeah, bonus to it, and then the +1.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I was looking, I was like, my rapier. Okay, cool. That's just what I thought.
And the +1 rapier is technically considered magical. So if there's something that's like, oh, it's resistant to like slashing, bludgeoning, piercing, that's non-magical, like all these guys would have to deal with it, with the resistance to it, but yours would like do the full damage.
Okay, cool. So we don't know that, do we? Do I know that?
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, I just told you, so now you do.
Okay, so what's this magical thing? I'm sorry.
It's magical damage.
Yeah,
And I want to say I told you that at an earlier thing, but yeah, now you know. You've used it enough that you can tell like this Miranda's a pretty special lady.
Okay.
I guess I'll stop wasting. I guess that's all I have for incorporation. I'll stop taking up your time, and if there's anybody else here that would like to speak with you, I'll make my way over to Bragathan.
Okay. Are you number one? You gave her your shield, so you're just gonna leave the shield and go shieldless for a while.
Yep.
Okay. Then go ahead and unequip that from D&D Beyond. So you're cool. Awesome. Okay. Cool. So you'll go to Bragathan. Is anyone else gonna deal with Talm for anything?
Yeah, I guess I've got these manticore quills and then my 1 dragon scale. I just kind of want to see.
Okay.
I can do.
So you walk up and want to talk to her next?
Yeah.
Okay. So Steven turns around and leaves, and you say,
"Well, hello, I'm Nigel."
Ah, son of a! Who? What
You
are you?
a Jumpy little. What are you?
What are you?
I'm a penguin. Wait, do I know what I am? Have I referred to myself as a penguin?
Only when you're talking shit.
only you would know.
I think I'm a penguin. I'm gonna
Just look, you can't come in here with a goblin up first and then give me a startle right away, and I collect myself, and all of a sudden you walk up. I'm not trying to be offensive,
Well,
but have you seen you?
I'm fabulous. I know.
I've never seen.
Let me just kind of hold you off right here. You know what's going to come in after me? I've got a half orc. He's a pretty chill dude, and then I've got a tiefling. Right?
Oh well, hell, I've seen half orcs. I've seen tieflings. I've never seen anything like you. Apparently there's a redneck dwarf, and I apologize right away for any of our southern friends.
Boy, you need to get off my land.
I actually went out from my house yesterday, so maybe the Texan air just hit me, and I need a dwarf that's a redneck.
It's
All right,
drinking
so-
Lone Star.
Look, I could drink Revolver, I could drink Blood and Honey, but I won't be as coherent as you may need me to be as your DM for this goddamn game.
Yeah, because we're talking about this one. So yeah, I'm like,
You know what?
Easy,
I'm,
Jimson.
I'm
easy.
switching just because you said so. Let's see what happens, Nigel.
So I've got this one dragon scale, and I've also found some manticore quills, and I'm not really sure what the best use of those would be. And you seem to have a better idea of the metal arts than I do.
Oh hell, dragon scales can be used for all kinds of things. What were you thinking about? Now, I see the leather armor. I don't know if I can put. If I start putting that in there, I don't know if you could use that.
Yeah, that's no good for me. I was more thinking maybe incorporating it into a rapier.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. I absolutely do that.
Okay. So, and what about some manticore quills? Would that do anything if you put those in that rapier as well? Let's just really like go hog on this thing.
Well, the more the more you add into things, the less likely it is to succeed. If that makes sense, you start putting everything together. Who knows what you're gonna get? You ever bake? You start putting shit together, that could just explode. It's kind of the same thing whenever you're trying to smelt. And if you put too much in there, that thing could just go and you don't have anything left.
Okay.
So I would, if it were me, if it were my raper, I would choose the scales or the quills.
What would you say would work better with that? The scale or the
Well, hell, darling, it depends on what you want to do. I don't know what scales you got. Dragon scales can do a number of things.
I got dragon scale. Look.
A dragon scale?
Yeah.
Well, again, dragon scales can do a number of things. We may just have to wait and see what happens, and then we put it together and see what it does.
Let's do that. Let's just roll the dice. Let's get crazy.
I love crazy. You're speaking my language, little bird person man thing. I like it.
Could I maybe incorporate the manticore quills into a short bow?
Into a bow?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to do that. You may make some errors.
Let's
probably make some errors in that.
Well, let's make some errors in that then, friend.
Oh, I would love to make some errors. Errors is my favorites.
All right, I got 5 quills. I just hand them over to her.
Sure. She says, so I got the scales. What raper am I going to use? You want to use one of my rapers?
No, I hand her my original unnamed rapier.
Your raper?
A raper.
I already apologize. I heard it come out the second time, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I just
Isn't that rape? So
rapier.
In this game, it is a rapier. It's a very long, short sword that's used for poking.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of
because of the accent I'm using, it sounds like raper.
Yeah.
It is not what I mean.
Yeah.
And PSA.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that one. The unnamed. It's not an assistant.
What am I looking for? Yeah, the non-special one.
Yeah, it doesn't have an assistant's name yet.
The regular rapier. Okay.
Yeah, I get the regular rapier.
The regular raper.
The raper.
So.
And then I give her some manticore quills to make some arrows.
Okay.
He goes, all right, good looking. The errors may take me, they're not going to take me long. They might take me a couple hours.
Okay.
The raper may take me a little longer. It might be, well, hell, depending on how things go, it could be a day, it could be a week.
Fine with me.
All right.
What you gotta do. And then I guess I gotta walk over to that other the elf. Yeah, I walk over to the elf. But I'll let them finish.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually need to talk to Bregathan first, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I would think that Og would have went over to Bregathan after he overheard us. He
Yeah.
probably would have went to Bregathan first before we went over
Okay.
there.
Yeah,
Rapier
you
is
guys.
the armor, and the other one, Tom is the weapons.
Yeah.
No.
No, one makes weapons.
One. So Bregathan is like the true smith. Like I'm gonna make all this shit from scratch.
Uh-huh.
Tom is gonna be if you have something already, and you have a crafting item, you can put those together and see what it mixes into.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Tom does the enhancements.
Yes.
Essentially, yeah. Okay. And so yeah, you walk over. There's an elf pretty thin elf, very muscular. Has his like blacksmith apron on, no shirt, just like going to town, trying to forge a sword. Jet black hair, and is just covered with like soot and shit. Glistening. His whole body's just glistening with sweat.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I said it.
Sweat and grime.
So he's just tang, just working on what you assume is a sword or an axe.
Hello.
And Og will politely knock.
I was gonna say it's an open area. Like, are you just knocking like on the table? Let's say.
Or just kind of flag him down. Hello.
Okay. All right. He is a kang. Is that? Look over his. Yes.
I want to see if you can make him shield.
He says, "One moment," and he slams it a couple more times and puts it in some water to cool down, then throws it back in the forge and turns around, sets his hammers and shit down, takes his gloves off, comes over and says, "You need a shield?"
See, Og like, sword and board, sword and shield. But Og finding he not hitting hard enough with a new class of enemies he's been fighting. So needs really needs to be able to wield, two-handed weapons, but still wants to see if somehow he can, wield shield as well.
Are you sure you would not be more comfortable just wearing armor?
No. I'd like to be fashionably nude.
As well, that is
I don't
your
think it's too restricting.
as well, that is your choice, half orc. So what in particular are you requesting? We have shields, we have kite shields, we have a numerous amount tower shields. Is there something in particular you're wanting that we already have?
So yeah, this is where it gets hard to figure out how Og can justify explaining
I
this.
believe what my friend was looking for is he wants to be able.
No, you let Og talk.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. That's fine.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
Steven and Nigel's just slowly walk up and
Like we
try
can
to,
see that he's struggling, and we can understand.
He's like looking down at the ground and just like scratching his head.
Og
He wants to be
explained.
able to swing with two hands and possibly have a shield that he could wear on his arm, so he could still block and swing with two hands. Is that correct, Og? Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Nigel draws a picture of what he wants.
Performance check
Okay, yeah, there we go. I've been waiting. I've been dying.
with disadvantage because you have no fingers.
Fuck you.
You can't wield a pencil.
All right.
He uses his mouth.
I got a.
Just dips his beak in ink.
Yeah, I got a 17.
Just slaps a flipper into it and then slaps paper.
Yeah.
And hopes for the best. 17.
So I draw a
Yeah.
diagram of what I think he wants.
Yeah. Says, well, I think that I can construct something of what you are looking for. However, it won't give you the full benefits of a regular shield.
Yeah, Og understand.
Okay. For a custom order like this, I would require. Where's this stuff? 1 second. I would require at least 50 gold.
Okay. Og, just pulls out whatever.
All right, cool.
Starts
Yeah, just
pulling
mark it
out.
off. You've hired Bragathan. He said, I will put this into my queue, and I will let you know when it is ready, as soon as it has been completed to your liking.
Do you want to give him some of the dragon scales to make the shield with?
Would Bregathan be good with that, or should we wait to see if Tom can work on it after?
I would say, as far as what you guys know what's going on right now, Bregathan, if you want to do that, Bregathan would make it and construct it, and then he could pass it on, or they could just kind of go in tandem to try to incorporate this into where you're going.
I'll ask him if I'll go talk to Tom next, and I'll let Bregathan know that I'm gonna ask if Tom can also work with it to try to incorporate the dragon scales into the shield.
Yeah, sure. Oh, you got more dragon scales for me?
Oh, before we go to that part.
Oh yeah, I need to buy a hand crossbow too.
I was gonna say he wanted to buy a crossbow. I was gonna remind him before he went over to do that.
Gotcha. Yeah, if we're on Og, we'll say on Og, but it's just kind of
okay.
Oh, you got more dragon scales for me, huh?
Well,
what's Tom putting these into for you?
Og having Bregathan make shield, but Og also want to see if dragon scales can be put into shield as well.
Oh, you want the scales in the shield?
Yes.
Oh, hell, I can do that. Absolutely. You tell Bregathan to finish up what he's making, bring it over to Tom. Tom, put those scales in there.
Yeehaw.
Awesome. How much Og owe you for services, Tom?
Let's see. You're doing a shield? What kind of shield is this?
Custom shield strapped to Og's arm. So we
custom order. Oh, but that's custom order, smaller than regular shield, dragon scales, gonna be. And I'm gonna just say she's missing a tooth, because why the fuck not at this point?
Yeah.
She's missing a tooth and she's going through. What was that?
Does she whistle when she's like thinking? She just
no, because I can't do it, so we're not gonna make it happen. It's very distinct. So it's not like a front tooth. It's like one of these guys. It's like second incisor over there.
Yeah.
And she said, well, you're already having Bregathan make it for you. Let's see. It'd be another 150 gold.
Okay. Yeah, Og gives her the shield, or gives her the scales, and then 150 gold.
Ooh, everything's coming up, Tom. I love it. Woo!
Oh yeah, how much do I owe her?
She told me that she would see after she tried to make this.
Yeah, there's the possibility that do it same thing with Ellie. If you give her a weird thing, there's a possibility that may just go to shit.
Mm-hmm.
With what you guys are doing though, and this is her specialty, there's still a possibility, but it's a lot lower. You're where you need to be to make this happen. If you gave the spells to Ellie and you're like, put this in this, and she's like, I don't know, maybe the difficulty would be a lot higher. I'm gonna roll for all this. And then yes, Callista.
Since we're talking about the different ones who do melding, if I had an item such as Wand of the War Mage, that would be a Jensen, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Wand of the War Mage. If I wanted to give these scales and materials to someone to make that better, that would be not the smith and not Ellie.
Funny you should ask that, because as all this is going on, there's a big shit just starts falling on the you were over here. If the forge was set up into 3 sections, Bregathan's on the right doing all his shit. Tom was in the left, and you hear a big commotion and shit falling over and just hitting the ground on the left, and things just going out pang pong pang pang, and you just hear it's okay, I'm all right. And this little halfling pops up, starts dusting himself off, and it's oh, that almost got me. Did I hear something about dragon scales?
Hey, yeah.
What's your name, bud?
Gilfin Smallbottom's my name. I'm the estate imbuer. If there's anything you need from me, you know where you found me.
What's an imbuer?
What's starts slapping it. Yeah, Gilfin Smallbottom.
I
Okay.
thought you said Dilfin small bottom. I was just
Gilfin,
like, I
small
know what
bottom.
he's into.
And he starts slapping it there, like, what's an imbue? I'll tell you what, you bring me a sword, you bring me an axe, you bring me whatever the hell you want. And he's like, I want this to do that. And I say, absolutely. And I lay my hands on it and try to make it happen.
Do you like gold?
I think everyone likes gold. I don't know what you're telling me about little goblin baby.
Oh, so, buddy, how long does this take to happen? Like, what? So,
Can you
Depends
give
on
us an
what you want.
example of the work
yeah,
you like?
here, so I hand him my short bow, and I just kind of want to see what spice this one up for me, buddy.
Spice it up how?
I don't know. Can you make it have some magical properties? Maybe an elemental attack of some sort?
What element?
Ooh, electricity.
Oh, you want lightning damage on your bow?
Yes.
Okay. Takes a while. Takes about a week. Have to
Ooh.
lay hands on it. Incantations, materials, everything else. Not cheap.
What are we talking? What's the damage?
Well, you want me to take this regular bow? I can get this bow anywhere. I can have Jimson cut down a tree and make me a bow. And you want this to do lightning damage? That'll be about 3,000 gold. Not everyone can do what Gilfin does.
So let me ask you this: if I have this item that's already magical, could you make it more powerful with the right materials, of course?
What do you mean?
For example, if I have this wand that gives me +1 to spell attacks, and I give you some materials, could you make that +2, +3, +4?
Oh, it'd take a while. It'd be much more expensive.
More expensive?
Oh, yeah, you give me something magical and we put more magic in it? It's much more difficult than taking something normal like this stupid bow and giving it some magical properties. No
Nigel,
offense.
It might be better off if you
It's a
wait
nice
until you
looking
get-
bow, but it's stupid.
I
maybe
understand.
wait
That's
until
why I
you
was
get
trying
a
to make
nicer
it.
bow to add
Yeah.
elemental damage to. I think is the point.
Wait, what's that?
Like perhaps you should wait until you get a bit nicer bow to add
Yeah.
something to it.
Do they? I guess I want to talk to. Do they have nicer weapons than like? What's the spread look like here? What kind of stuff do they got?
For sale.
I mean, as far as like weapons that are there, they've got the pretty standard spread. If you're looking for anything more enhanced,
Yeah.
They may have one or two things, but a cost will definitely be in there. Like you can tell, like this is like a kind of conglomerate. Like it is the Forge. He makes it. They make it, and like they make it better.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're looking for, but cost is going to be different. So if you want Bregathan to make something for you, it's going to have a kind of a standard fee, or if it's already made, you can just grab it and here it is. If you want Talm to take something you have, or just give her something and say, find the materials and do this, to like, inlay something, like one thing that's kind of standard is like, oh, I want to silver my weapon. So that if I encounter something that is, susceptible to silver, if it has resistances, maybe the silver will like go through that. And then Gilfin is just, hey, you want something magic? And he's the most expensive because he's the most like specialized.
Does Gilfin actually have anything magic already?
No.
So maybe we could test his wares before we throw the gold at him.
Are you insulting me?
No, I just want to see the quality of your work before we might become regular patrons.
How's this for quality?
And he goes around and grabs a dagger that's off of the wall and he just throws it at you, but it's just like it's slow motion, it's like coming at you and it's like kind of goes past your head and it hits the wall, and like that portion of the wall just like kind of starts to corrode a little bit.
Ooh. See, that's what I'm talking. How much is that dagger?
That dagger? Oh, so I passed the test then, huh?
Well, yeah, yes, of course. I kind of want something now rather than later is what I'm getting at.
Wonderful. That dagger is 5,000 gold. That dagger is 5,000 gold.
Do you have something more in the 1,000 or 2,000 gold range?
He starts laughing. He's like,
Oh, you're funny.
So no.
May
Okay
I
then.
leave?
So
And I just walk away. I'm gonna go walk to the guy that already has stuff made because I just need a crossbow. So that's what I'm doing.
I want to talk to
"You're
him.
getting a crossbow? You don't like your short bow?
I
Oh,
want-
because you dropped it off.
No, I didn't drop my short bow off. I just kind of want a crossbow because it does more damage, and I don't really see any.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I just want a crossbow.
Yes, Callista.
I'd like to leave my shield with you, Gilfin. And I have
Oh, what for?
just to make it better, to give me something that will reduce the amount of damage I take, or possibly do some kind of offensive thing should someone hit me.
Well, if you leave it up to Gelfin, you don't know what you're going to get. So if you have something in particular that you want, you need to let me know.
Offensive. If someone hits me, they should take damage.
Hey, buddy. Oh, we need to wait for a second because we got an intruder. You want to say hello?
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
All right, hang on, buddy. Let's see. So, that's Miss Callista. She wants something that can make someone hurt really bad. So you throw that, and we'll see if we can make it happen. What is it? That's a pretty good roll, buddy.
That's it, Tom?
That was a good
Thank
one.
you. That was a good roll.
You did a really good roll for Miss Callista.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good job. Are you going?
That's it, Tom? That's it, the bad guy?
Is that the bad guy?
That's a huge one.
Is that the bad guy? He's
That
pointing
is the
at-
bad
is that
guy.
the bad
That's
guy?
for
That's
sure the bad guy.
This is a huge one?
That's a huge
Yeah.
one.
I'm gonna fight that huge one. I'm
You're
gonna
gonna-
fight that huge
Well, we'll
one.
fight the huge
We're
one
gonna
later. buddy.
get him.
Good night!
Good night.
All right, buddy. Mm.
Good luck
Love
getting
you.
to sleep.
Love you, big man.
Enthusiasm.
All right, you want to come
Love
say
it.
hi?
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, you okay? Come hop up. Arrgh, wee. You want to say hi to everyone?
Hey, there's the 14-year-old.
Hello.
I'm
Oh,
not
you have a good
14.
No, you're not.
What? You're
I
not
thought
14.
you were 14.
I'm 6.
Oh, jeez. I
Six.
thought you were 14.
Did you have a good birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
He's,
fun.
These
Yeah.
guys are going to get ready to go on an adventure. You roll this, and we'll see if they fight something right away.
Okay.
Throw it in there. Let's
I'll
see.
try.
Let's see how badly they're going to fight something. All right. What's that?
6.
6. All right.
Good
Well,
Good job.
thanks for the rolls.
Yeah,
That was a
buddy.
good
Good night.
night. Love you.
Hey,
Hey,
Nathan,
can you shut the door? Thank you.
in the handbook is
I'm just gonna creak it out.
It's okay. He can stay in here. Thank you, kiddo. What?
I'm sorry. I was thinking, is there anything I could look in the handbook to see kind of like a list of the kind of stuff he could do? Rather than
Who can do?
Gilfin?
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine.
Yeah, where in the handbook would that be?
Just
Impure.
there's not really. This is me pulling stuff out of my butt.
I got you.
Like
Just so I could kind of have like a better idea of what the kind of things.
yeah, like if you have a piece of armor and you want it to like be resistant to something, if you want an offensive weapon that can say, "Ooh, I would like it to do this." I have this gigantic giant ring, and I want to try to do just like things like that.
Yeah.
Basically, it's whatever your ideas are.
Mhm.
The more elaborate, the higher the difficulty, and the more expensive it may be. Yeah.
Even if you provide really good materials. Reduces
Depends
the
on what those
difficulty?
materials are.
Okay.
It depends. Yeah.
So, like, say if I want to buy a crossbow, and then I take it to Gilfin, and I tell you I would like this to now act like a gun.
Meaning,
I want to pretty much make a crossbow sniper rifle.
like super enhance the range.
Yes.
I would say that wouldn't necessarily be Gilfin's specialty.
Okay. So that's somebody else.
That might be like an Ellie question.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. So that would be more like more tinkering inventor stuff than imbuement. Imbuement's going to be like magical qualities as opposed to like something like
a gun. Who would I go to get a gun? Ellie?
D&D Beyond. Apparently, there's a laser rifle in there.
for specific things. Yes.
It's just like, wow.
I mean, for the purposes of like the world we're in, it'd probably be a tinkerer.
Yeah.
So Ellie would be the one to be like, can you find this thing that uses like gunpowder and shoots like metal objects out?
That's not necessarily a thing. I just kind of wanted something. I'm not happy with my range stuff I got going on right now, so that's just more of
I
it.
think you're in the same boat as me and Og both.
Yeah, I mean, a short bow is not bad. Crossbow, I think, has less range than a short bow.
Okay.
Shortbow goes 8 to 320, and a heavy crossbow is 1 to 400.
Okay. I think a crossbow would get me where I want to be.
A hand crossbow can be wielded one-handed, though, where it's pretty
Yeah, a
much
hand
almost
crossbow
any
only has a
other.
range of 120, though.
Well, there are two things. So the hand crossbow, we're getting the semantics now. Hand crossbow is like 30 to 120. If you're within 30 feet, it's a regular roll. If you're anywhere over that, it's disadvantage to the roll because you're at its like maximum range. So it just depends on what you're looking for. Okay, so back to Callista. You wanted Gilfin to do what with what?
I would like to leave my shield with Gilfin
Okay.
to make it have some either offensive property to either damage someone who hits me, or I can damage them from a distance is fine.
Okay.
He goes, oh, and the shield is going to be a little tricky to be offensive. It's a defensive item. Putting a resistance or something like that is much easier than trying to have it do some damage. What in particular?
As far as resistance, what about?
Oh, we need to pause for a minute. Can we pause?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Lee Shrewsbury.
Welcome back. The
Oh, hey!
splinters out of my son's foot. Thank you. So out of game, we just said that they bought everything they needed to at the blacksmiths. Please keep track of what you have commissioned from these people because I'm not writing it down. So yeah, that is not my responsibility. That's yours. And if I forget and you're like, oh, I commissioned this thing, I can just do a quick roll and say, oh, they did it or they didn't do it. So yeah, please keep track of that.
So I've got with Jimson. No, not Ellie. Ellie, yeah. With Ellie.
So you have your rapier that's going. Og has his fancy shield. Steven has his shield that he gave up. Callista, you don't have anything going, right? Okay.
No.
So what's this?
This is also something going into if you get a ton of money, this is where you can start spending it. Like, oh, I want to get this magical thing to be a lot more magical because it's going to be more expensive. So, the rarity.
Try and make me like a pendant. Yeah, like a pendant of some
Protection, something.
Yeah,
An amulet.
Oh, for the dragon. Yes. See, I already forgot about that. So there you go. Yes, please, God, write it down.
She doesn't know exactly what she can do with it, so you don't really know.
Yeah, it could be a bust. It could be a bust, but she could roll. Like I could roll a nat 20. You never know.
Yeah. And then okay, cool. And what's? I'm sorry.
You should use your jeweler stuff to bedazzle Nigel's goggles.
Maybe I will.
Got some rhinestones. What was your question, Nigel? Sorry.
Oh, nothing. I thought we'd go to so like you said, like 2 hours. So we go to Lady Shrewsbury, and then I can just come back and get my arrows, or are we just gonna kind of say I just get those arrows? Because you said like an hour.
That's enough time that you guys can hang out and get that. That's fine.
Okay, so what are my arrows?
Back. Your arrows are gonna do regular damage, like which is what D6 for crossbow or not crossbow, short bow.
Yeah.
It'll do that, and it'll do a D4 of poison, and you have 5 of those bad boys. You gave up 5 quills, so you got 5 of that special ammo.
So it's the normal. So it's poison plus
regular damage plus 1d4 poison.
Okay, I have 5. Okay. Cool.
And
All
just those I will make you keep track of.
Yeah.
Because
I
once
gotta read
those
that.
are spent, they're gone. Regular ammunition, I really don't care.
I got you.
I
Cool.
assume your characters are competent enough to say, I'm out of arrows, and you'll figure some out.
Yeah.
Okay. As I'm
Phelan
throwing
slash
popcorn at me. Okay, so you
Lady
guys
Shrewsbury.
went and saw Handsome. Thank God you didn't attack him.
Well,
Well, somebody did, but
You didn't actually attack him.
No, it was kind of like I hope someone holds me back, and no one held me back.
Oh, I know. I was there. We also you went and saw Jimson, who was kind for the first time. You went and saw Ellie, and you learned of Maynard, and then you went and saw the wonderful trio of blacksmiths that were, as I read it down here, Bregathan, Talm, and Gilfin. So they're all there for resources as well. I had the idea for those guys, I think probably because I watched Pacific Rim the other night, that they had like the two guys had their like experimental scientific area, and they had it like a line all the way down the middle, and if something went on the other person's line, they got pissed off. So that's where that kind of came from. But they actually work well together, and they appreciate each other because that's what professionals do. And I'm probably going to have to be quieter because my kids are asleep now. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Okay, so you guys are going to go see Lady Shrewsbury?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slash Fablin.
Yeah, well, because
I'm
we already asked
assuming it-
Lady Shrewsbury about the seals, and she said she had no fucking clue.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to see Fablin, because he
Correct.
might.
Okay.
I'm assuming at this point we've had time to like, bathe and clean ourselves.
Nope. You smell like shit. No, it's fine.
Okay.
No, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. Things you guys
who
needed
would
to
we
do to
talk to about retrofitting some sort of animal to be able to carry Nigel's cart?
Handsome.
Handsome or potentially Lady Shrewsbury?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
we might
I mean,
figure it out there, see if
You
we-
guys, yeah. I mean, I'll take a step back. You were given horses from Lady Shrewsbury on your trip to Mount Nimbus, so you know you have horses available.
Okay.
If there's anything else you want to try to finagle to pull your cart, then that would be a request to Lady Shrewsbury for something special, or potentially to Handsome, depending on what you had. Because I know there were a couple things I said were in the stable that weren't just kind of regular humdrum animals. So it depends on what you want to do, or if you even want to bring the cart.
Gotta bring the cart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you just wanted the cart to be brought, you can have horses. That's completely fine. If you want something else, that would be a different request.
Okay.
All right. So what are we doing now? You went and saw everyone. Everything's identified. You know what shit you have. You put stuff down to be enhanced or made or things like that. Everything's been updated. Money has changed hands.
It's just kind of.
Hey, buddy.
Going to bed.
There's Mr. Jiu-Jitsu. How's it going, bud?
Good.
Good. All right. Get some sleep, buddy. Rest up.
Love you. I'll see you in the morning, okay? Good night. Watch your show.
Do y'all want to kind of, after we did all of our like post-adventuring stuff, maybe? Because we saw her once, and then we went and did all of our stuff. Do we want to sleep and then go see her in the morning?
Yeah, I would say that's probably the next day.
Yeah.
That because Og said, "Can we bathe? Can we do all this stuff?"
Yeah.
That means I
That's
get
completely fine.
attuned, right?
Attuned to what?
The cloak of Elvenkind. If we go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know exactly what it is. You know what it does. Then yeah, that's fine. And mark down what you're attuned to, because you have 3 items that you can be attuned to. So Callista already has 2.
Nice.
She has her cloak. She has her staff.
So does that mean I'm attuned to Miranda?
No.
Okay, she just does magical.
Just because it's a magical item doesn't mean you're automatically attuned to it.
Okay.
A +1 weapon doesn't require attunement. Callista's staff of swarming insects does require attunement.
Okay.
For Elven
The
kind.
dust requires attunement as well.
Does my
The
well,
dust does? It's fucking dust. You'll use it and it's gone. I don't
feel
care.
like that's
Oh,
a
why?
stupid rule.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, I
This
was
is-
wrong. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I was gonna say this is gonna be a homebrew. I don't give a shit rule, but Callista's wrong, so it doesn't matter.
Like I had to get attuned to the sneezing dust. Like
Let me. So
Stare
Og
at-
starts to do lines of the
Do
sneezing
lines of
dust
it.
to know how to use it.
Okay.
Og feel
Was Og Og was the main one saying he wanted to snort everything, right?
yes.
Yeah.
That's gonna. You know what? That's gonna come into play, Og. Don't say shit like this and don't think it's gonna happen. That the DM's gonna.
yes.
Okay, cool.
Let me write that down really quick. Og
He's trying to snort things.
snorts
Everything.
shit. There we go. Okay.
So I guess we're all kind of rested. I guess Callista and I
Yeah.
slept in the carriage.
Oh yeah, Og sleeps with the brass knuckles under his pillow.
Okay.
He's trying to attune to them.
Right.
I love it.
This is how Og learns.
It goes through the pillow into Og's brain.
And you can't say because
Osmosis.
I was told when I was a kid to help memorize something to put it under your pillow.
Oh,
As you're memorizing it, it'll help.
Your
you.
dad said that, didn't he?
My mother did.
Oh God. I would have put money on your dad.
It
Exactly.
does sound like
Yeah,
something
that's
you would have done, but no, that my mother.
Oh yeah, just put it under your pillow, put it in your brain. You'll know how to do it. Yeah. All right. So yeah, sun goes down, moon comes up, moon comes down, sun comes up. You're rested. Yeah, attunement to the cloak is fine because you know exactly what it is. You know what you're supposed to do. That's cool. And yeah, you guys are gonna go where next? Fablin or Shrewsbury?
Fablin.
Okay. No. Yeah, you guys go to the main building. His kind of workspace and his I guess dormitory or residence or whatever you want to call it is in the main building because he's called upon all the time. He's her main advisor. So you go in and you find him, and he sees you coming. And he says, "I gotta try to get the voice coming. Hang on. You guys, you aren't gonna give me another full body of ice or any strange shit out of that hat, are you?
No, nothing this time. We kind of did. It's so funny.
This time, great. I can look forward to something in the future that's gonna make me shit myself.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the
I
funny
love
thing, that body actually melted, and we took it to Jimson, and it was just a big sludge puddle. So,
Well, I mean, it is ice, so
yeah, we didn't really think that one out. That's on us.
yeah, yeah. I think I think Lady Shrewsbury is expecting you.
Okay, well, let's go. Did we say anything to
Before
her?
we do, there is something we would like to ask you about. We asked Lady Shrewsbury. She did not seem to know, but we were told from our dragon friend that there are these seals. Have you heard of anything? These magic seals to possibly keep at bay?
Great power.
I mean, there are a number of seals that I'm sure exist in this world to keep back a number of things. Is there something
Is there any
specific or in particular?
Yeah,
Yes.
the dragon below. We were told. Does that
I'm
ring
so-
any bells? The
I'm
dragon
sorry?
below.
The dragon below?
The dragon below.
I can consult my tomes and see that. I mean, there are a number of dragons in this world. I can't say that I've.
This particular dragon had followers, cultists that had very different masks to hide their faces, and they were very, very powerful. And they spoke specifically of the dragon's intent and desire to cleanse this world by destroying this world, killing everything.
A dragon eye with 4 circles.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. I'm gonna just draw a picture of the again. Just draw a picture of it.
Performance.
I got a 1.
Can I? Oh,
I'm
shit.
gonna draw a picture.
No.
I was gonna ask to aid, and it was
No,
like,
it's
nope,
gone.
too
He
late.
rolled it. He told me it's done.
Thaumaturgy?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Once he rolls and he tells me is null and void. You're like, yes, I can draw it, and it looks.
Like
I mean, it's probably an eye. Could be a panda. Could be a flamingo. The circles are just like really like.
Picture of Nigel.
Not,
painted
yeah,
like
it's
a
like
French girl.
you know, like there's the inner circle
Draw
that
me like
goes
what
that
you're
looks the
French
most like a circle, and then one that's kind of an oval, and then the one's kind of an oval more so the other way, so they just kind of like interlock and everything. Goes, I can't say I've seen that symbol anywhere.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
not
even get as
exactly
good of a
what
look
it
at
looked
that
like.
as I thought.
The dragon below there.
Wishes to
I
purify,
had many.
destroy the world.
Yes, I have many instances, things that I can recall as far as dragons in different times and different realms and different locations that are referred to in different ways. The dragon below is not one that I can recall right away. I can consult and see if any of the historians on the estate know anything about it. But it seems if they are trying to cleanse this world,
By breaking
That-
the seals of great power. By opening all the seals of great
yes.
power.
That seems like it could be.
Problematic.
The only thing, absolutely, yes, problematic is very, very astute. To try to cleanse this world, that seems. I will have to consult. It seems very something that is very ancient or elder.
Mhm.
I will consult my eldest tomes and see if there's anything that stands out or that I may relay to you that that could be helpful.
Yeah,
Any information is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Fablin. Where's Lady Shrewsbury?
She's in her quarters. You can find her there.
I'll head that way.
And we go.
All right.
I go.
Yeah, you guys go up the same kind of meeting room, war room, just kind of assembly area that's in the main building. That she is there. No Quentin this time. Sorry, Nigel. You go in. You what? Good. Look, guys, his mini's coming in, so you may have to deal with this.
Oh, I know, and it's something that Steven is not looking forward to because it makes him.
You should look forward to it because Quentin's just a gem. So you guys, you knock, beckon to come in. You open up the door, and she's sitting there. One of her attendants is next to her, just kind of she's signing paperwork and handing it off, and they're taking them and keeping them all in there. And she just once she's done, she kind of lets them leave and says, "So I hear you will be setting off soon on your the next part of your journey."
We are. Yes.
Correct. We intend to head to the town of Prosperity. But before
Yes,
we
we have received another message that they are still awaiting your arrival and hoping that you come to give their thanks, and I'm sure they will greatly appreciate your presence there.
We were hoping, Lady Shrewsbury, that you could provide us with a speedy animal to help pull our carriage that way.
Yeah, you kind of
means of transport.
And don't really have anything to pull my cart anymore. It just kind of sits there. It's not very useful right now.
Yes.
Yes, and I apologize again for the loss of your, I guess not your snail, from the paperwork that was given. Excuse me?
It was
what my friend Nigel
Yeah,
means
we're
to
grabbing
say
Nigel's beak again.
is
To keep it
we
shut.
believe there was a misunderstanding with the man who showed you that paperwork.
Well, the paperwork that was given was legitimate. it did show ownership of Snail.
We have no
And
doubt.
the law enforcement official that was brought along was there to give more clarification and proof that this was legitimate. I do not make assumptions on how Snail came to be in your
We have cared
possession.
for Snail. He was abandoned by his owner. We
Yeah,
didn't want
possession's
him to be-
9/5 of the law. And I know I said 9/5.
We didn't want him to be hurt or stolen, so we have been caring for him. Which
Be
is where the
that
misunderstanding was.
as it may, the proof of ownership was shown, and we had to adhere to the laws.
Do you really own the wind?
Well, this is a snail. It's a flail snail, so I don't know what you are trying to, the point you are trying to get across with the wind.
Would you happen to have another beast that would serve the purpose?
Were
that
the
we
horses
asked?
not sufficient that we provided for you for your trek to Mount Nimbus?
Oh, I didn't know those came with us. I thought those were still on the island. The horses
Those
would
are-
be fine.
Well, they came back on the boat. We're not going to just leave horses on an island. That would be irresponsible. They came back with you, and they are still available to you should you want them on the next leg of your journey.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You
I
had
didn't
anything
realize
with a
that. I
little
was
more,
sleeping on the boat.
Pizzazz?
I'm sorry?
Something, I don't know. Horses are horses. Do you have anything that has a little more flavor?
Do you
Spicy horses?
are you intending to eat your mounts?
No,
don't know
I
what-
mean just kind of pizzazz. Let's not beat around the bush here. We both know what we're talking about. I want something unique.
The horses I have are the purest bred of their ilk. I don't know why. What do you require more than what is already provided?
I don't know. I just wanted to see what was on the menu. So, if the horses are the horses, that's of courses.
Please forgive my friend Nigel. He gets so excited whenever we begin a new leg of our journey. Thank you, Lady Shrewsbury.
You are very welcome. I do have something to aid you further in your quest. One thing that came to our attention after the fact, it was actually after you left for Mount Nimbus, that one of our warriors was able to acquire, well, let's say more than they let on. I don't know if you have encountered Quentin at all, but he was able to procure many more items. I'm sorry?
That audible sigh is when she mentioned his name.
He was able, thankfully, to acquire many more items out of Torlek's lair by the use of a portable hole, which he decided to, well, let's say, keep to himself.
Nice.
Once it was discovered that these items were available, we only thought it necessary to spread the wealth, so to speak. Quentin was able to choose items that he kept himself. Again, it was his ingenuity that gave them all here, but we felt that having let him keep all of them was quite greedy. So there is an
Very
item
wise.
that I would like you to, thank you, I thought so as well. There is one item that we would like to aid you in your journey. That item is, and she opens up a drawer and puts up a pair of boots that are on the table. And she says, these boots will
Made
aid
for
you.
walking.
That's just what they'll do.
Sorry.
No day these boots are gonna. Can we get back to fantasy boots, please? This is what we're here
Please.
for.
Yes, please.
She puts boots up and says, these boots will aid you if you are ever in a situation where stealth is a necessity.
Oh, those are too big for goblins, though.
Yeah, would they fit me?
You take them to somewhere, they can be tailored. It'll be fine.
So she gives you guys boots of elven kind. and they basically give you advantage on stealth checks.
Oh,
So now with see now I have disadvantage on stealth.
Yes,
If
that
I
would
were to have those,
that would cancel out your disadvantage
just
and
have
just make it
regular?
a straight roll.
okay, that's up to you guys. I mean,
You should do that then if you have disadvantage.
yeah, I have because of the armor I'm wearing.
Yeah, no more clinking clanking.
Yes, all right.
Yeah, or at least
I'll put
less
those on.
clanky.
Thank you very
How's it-
much, Lady Shrewsbury. That was
How's
very,
it
that's
make you
very
feel,
kind of you.
Nigel? You're upset about that?
no, I got +5 on stealth. As long as the goblin doesn't really come with me, it should be fine.
Don't be a dick,
I'm not
Nigel.
being a dick.
You did.
Do you want to take the pouch, the dusty dust?
I already have the, what dust did you call it?
You want some dust?
Oh, I thought you had the oil. Okay.
I had the oil and the dust. I took
And the
both of
dust.
them.
Yeah, he threw him in his hat.
Nigel's a greedy asshole. He takes everything he can.
Gotcha.
Have you
That's
guys
why I'm like-
figure this out yet?
Mm-hmm. Should call him sticky flippers.
You know, I'm a rogue. I'm not like. a
We're the sticky
cleric.
bandits.
Yeah.
I was just
So yeah, she also gives you guys 400 gold to split amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Thank you very much. That's very
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of you.
And she says the alliance with the Goliaths hopefully will prove unnecessary, but should it come up where their aid is required, it will be greatly greatly accepted. After your trip to Prosperity, are you planning to continue on elsewhere? There are many other
We
things to be
are.
done, and we can give you the other items to deliver should that be what you are wanting.
I know Nigel probably wants to get his snail back as soon as possible, but if we want to do,
So where are the other
You
places
don't know
we
where
can,
Snail is.
yeah, I understand that. So it'd
where
be
are
one
the
of
other
those.
places
Handsome
we
does.
can go to?
Yeah, we
that
do. A
have-
side
Of course,
quest.
Handsome does, but you're not bringing
Yeah, that's what
Handsome.
I'm
with
saying.
you.
the Bone Scuttle, Deep Root, Shadow's Breath, Arcove.
Do y'all want to do a main mission so we can get another?
Yes.
So one of us can get a weapon.
We want to go to the reward and then straight
Well-
to the main mission.
I was gonna say we should go, but here's the thing: we've got things that are being made at the blacksmith. So
Yeah,
why
so
wouldn't we
the
go to
Prosperity.
Prosperity
Oh,
and then come back and then go to a main mission?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah,
Is Prosperity a port town? It looks
It
like on the
is.
map.
I
So we
mean,
could
it
take a
is
boat.
it is by the water.
wait. What if we call? What if I use my conch shell to summon Captain Sarah, the sea captain, to take us on her super fast
Oh
boat?
fuck! This is bullshit that I forget about. You got to remind me about this.
I'm reminding you right now.
I realize that the first question is Prosperity a port town? No.
okay.
You'll find it. Has anyone been to Prosperity?
Almost certainly not.
No.
Not
that
Og
You
hasn't,
don't.
but I don't
You
know
don't
where
know
y'all have been.
shit about Prosperity.
I don't know that. How do I know
Must be on
that?
a cliff or something like that.
Yeah. Can I roll history on prosperity?
What did you just roll? I
A
heard it roll.
A
A
16.
16. It is not a port town.
Okay. Yeah, it's not. How far would I know how far away it is from the ocean though?
I mean, it's pretty close. It's right there, but it's not set up.
But there's no ports or anything like that.
Yeah, no. With where the town is, it's more so like the elevation is doesn't give it
Oh, okay.
any sort of
Okay.
option to be a
There's,
port
there's
town.
no like cove or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's more so on a cliff than like down on like beach
Okay.
level.
I
or
got
anything
you. I
like
got
that.
you. I got you. So why don't we?
How far are we from Prosperity as the cart goes? Like a few days.
It'd be like a day and a half.
Okay. Why don't we do
Okay.
that?
Going.
We'll
Let's
go to
do that. Come
Prosperity.
back, and then we can. Then maybe we can take a boat.
Yeah,
down
you're
to,
you're
like,
going. You're not gonna go through. You're not gonna go through the mini-eyed forest. You'll go around it, and then Prosperity is at the south end of.
Here, so just to kind of like metagame a little bit. So we've got it at the Breath Forest. There's going to be a shield, a sword and shield that we're returning. We've
Mhm.
got a Triton at the Arcove.
Mhm.
What are we getting in the Underdeep? What are we returning? Anybody have
Deeproot. There's a tome.
a tome? Okay.
Arzadiah's tome. Yeah.
And then what are we doing for the Bloodworks? Or for there's a I didn't write the right.
I think I said there was a battle axe. or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
That sounds
So-
about right.
So if anybody needs one of those items now, we could kind of go there next. So we just based on how things have worked out, if we do play our cards right, we can get one of those items. So if anybody I wouldn't mind having a tome. So I wouldn't let's fuck around in the Underdeep next.
We're returning them. We're not getting them. We're returning.
Well, we don't know
Well,
that.
That Deeproot's the aggressive
So
one.
Nigel
Deeproot and-
wants to steal the shit you're returning, is what he's saying.
Deeproot and Bone Scuttle are the two questionable.
Okay.
They're not good. There's an orcs with Bone Scuttle is orcs, and
Okay.
Deeproot is the dark elf.
Yeah, I think we should try to go to the easier ones first.
Okay,
and
I was
save those
just
two
kind of
for
throwing
last.
stuff out because we got because we were given the brass knuckles when we were trying
Yeah,
to
we shouldn't assume we're just gonna end up with whatever we go there with.
I'm just-
I think. I mean,
I'm
we
just-
might, but it probably
I have a
depends on
feeling
where it
Nigel's going to
goes.
try to roll some deception checks while he's leading the cart and be like, yeah, we're on the way to Arcove, and then you're going to be in the fucking mountain next.
Oh God, that'd be awesome.
Well,
what's
Deep
the-
Root is like 3 times as far away, so
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think we would
They're
figure out something was
long
going
way.
on.
I mean, we got-
Hopefully.
Og's not
Prosperity is
smart, so he
close.
doesn't know.
Yeah, I'm not very well. Let's see
Well,
here.
Og's not smart, but he does have wisdom and nature.
I got wisdom and intelligence. I'm
I know survival, not nature.
On the
not
map,
very
what is
strong, and
New
I'm not. I don't. Yeah.
Celine?
New
New
Saloon
Saloon.
is basically
That's
that
Og's
was
hometown.
that's Og's hometown. That's where you guys were confronted. Not
Arrested.
confronted. You were arrested, but you were recruited by Fablin.
That was our point of origin. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So just to kind of make things easier, do we want to go? Let's go to the breath force then next. So we'll go to prosperity, and then we'll go to the breath force, or do y'all want to go to the Tritons?
Shadow's Breath?
Shadow's Breath
Shadow's
is
Breath.
southwest.
That's
Okay.
at the
The
bottom.
Many-Eyed Forest is right above Prosperity, so they're not the same forest.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, I'm
The next
just
closest
clarifying.
Would be Rockport, Arcove.
Rockaporte.
Right.
Rockaporte.
Rockaport.
Like we could go
Rockport.
south to Prosperity and then just a little further south to Rockport or there.
So,
Where you
Those
may
are
or may
next
not
to
meet your
there.
sister.
just curious. So what? How many of us are actually leaving items and leave them here? So is it Steven?
So Steven left a shield. You commissioned a
I know.
half shield. Nigel has a rapier
And an amulet.
and an amulet. Yeah.
So if we go to prosperity and come back,
Everything will
they
be
should all
ready.
done.
Yeah.
And then
So
we
the
can
other
go
thing
from there. We can
is-
decide from there where to go.
Neither of y'all are leaving items that are currently magical, and we have a overabundance of gold. So why not just buy another rapier and another shield to bring with us for now, in case we need them,
Next,
or in
return
case
them when
we
you
want to
get
push
back.
through to go all the way to Rockport while we're doing this, and then come back
Oh, so you're saying maybe knock out, do a side, and do like a
Yeah.
and do a
main mission.
mainline quest, and then come
And then
back.
go-
I like
yeah, I'm
that.
fine with that because I left my nameless unassistant rapier there. So
Yeah, you're not leaving Miranda there.
no, Miranda's with me. Miranda, yeah, she's firmly
Miranda's always with me.
because I'd be fine with that, and then
Yeah,
come back.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
So
I'll just add one in.
Prosperity and
Yeah,
then Rock.
and it's worth noting Rockport is also in the direction that Handsome indicated that Snail was taken in roughly.
3
Okay,
for 1.
Both
So the only
Rockport
person-
and Gold Cliff is relatively close to there as well, so we could possibly even swing by Gold Cliff on the way back too, depending on the situation.
okay, go hang out. in
I'd
my-
be okay with that.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm in.
So, Lady Shrewsbury, can we please have the items for the Arcove? We're going to go Arcove and Gold Cliff.
Gold Cliff side. So we just really need the Triton to take to Arcove.
Yeah. Goldcliff was the cleric you guys rescued from.
Oh, my bad. I apologize.
For like,
Yeah,
Just
and that's also
Arcove.
where
We just need the
Nigel's
Arcove.
daddy figure lives.
Try-
And
Trident.
Hugh. What's his name?
You man.
Hugh Jack Beast,
Yeah, Hugh Jack Beast.
the Great Dan Claw.
Yeah, great.
I love it.
So she says you require the trident now.
Yes,
We
I think
plan to head to
Arcove.
Rockport, but before we get there, we'll stop off in Prosperity just to respond to their message.
Down. So it's Rockport. It's not Arcove. I don't know why I have Arcove.
So
Rockcove is-
Rockport.
So Arcove is there. It's so
Is the area.
Mariadna was a Triton.
Hmm.
She came from Arcove. Being a Triton, you can damn well guess that's underwater.
Okay.
Under the sea.
So we need to go to Rockport, figure out some way to kind of be underwater people, and then
Do you happen to have, Lady Shrewsbury, anything that would help us get to the Trident's residences underwater?
That would require, I would guess, amulets of water breathing. I don't know if there are any we have currently in hand.
could you maybe check rather than just say you don't have any?
Why don't we go?
I'm sorry?
see Ellie, see if she can find the materials to give us them. We'll do Prosperity, Rockport,
Well,
come back,
That's a lot.
Yeah.
No,
get our amulets.
that's a lot of coming back and forth. That
We're
makes,
still gonna have to come back to get rewards. Nigel, gold rewards.
I understand that, but you're saying but Rockport and Arcove are the same thing.
Correct.
Yeah, so you want us to go there, not
But
Not do
are
anything.
they?
and then go back, get amulets, and then come back.
I
There's
guess
gotta
Og
be-
interjects like, would Rockport have amulets? It's close to Arcove.
Hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Og,
Please give us the materials to give to the
The
Trident's
smartest of the group with the least intelligence. I love Og so
Well,
much.
I'll give the best.
I'm an aquatic. Me and really, we just got to find two because we have polymorph potions that let us turn into sea animals.
For an hour.
That's true. Yeah. And we might turn into a crab, which is useless.
How dare you? The majestic crab. They're delicious.
Oh, snippers.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just go down. Let's just go.
We'll
to the
figure it out.
store. Yeah, and then
Okay, so as it stands right now, you have your boots,
Mhm.
you have horses to pull your cart if you want to take the cart,
we're taking the car.
and you're going towards Prosperity?
Yeah.
correct.
Cool. All
Does
right.
that work for everybody?
Yep.
Anything else you want to do before you leave Bark Hollow?
Not unless we want to talk to Ellie again about seeing if she can make amulets of water breathing, or what would be required for that.
But that kind of defeats the purpose of us trying to knock two of these out at once. We could do that and then maybe go to not go to
Well,
Rockport. So we could go to.
Are we taking the trident with us? Are we
The-
going to go ahead and do that?
We could
That's
just
the question. No one,
So
you
that-
guys are still back and forth.
Yeah, if we want to do if we want to go to Rockport and we want to have amulets beforehand, we need to probably do the Shadow's Breath Forest. So go to Prosperity and then do Shadow's Breath Forest before we leave. Get Ellie to make us some amulets of water breathing. Then when we come back, they'll be ready for us. So then when we go to the Rockport, it'll be ready. Does that make sense?
There's one more. There's
Shadow's Breath Forest is farther away than Rockport and
It doesn't
But
matter.
that's okay. That's okay.
All
We
right.
don't need anything special to do the job there.
All right,
Yeah.
then let's go.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So,
saying. It doesn't, yeah, no,
you've
that's
got
not.
Prosperity.
Yep, I'm looking
You've
at
got
it now.
Rockport. Shadow's Breath is down here.
It's a little
There's
further.
another
That's
spot that you could potentially go.
There.
There.
What's that?
You
I don't
could go
remember.
there.
Let's go
What's
there.
there?
Fuck it.
Was that a reward or was that a?
So there,
I couldn't remember.
Oh
I
no,
have it
the
wrote
air
down.
there. Air
I
is there.
felt different.
There's
I'm
the air
out.
there.
so the body that you guys found.
I found a
You know
ring.
what? I already
Yeah,
said
yeah.
it. I was gonna make you guys do a history check. Fuck it.
No, yeah, I found
The body you guys found in Torlek's lair had the ring with the sigil on it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lady Shrewsbury said, "Oh, that was from the Firestone family, and they reside in there. They would probably like to know that there's like what happened to their son, basically." And she also said that the Shrewsbury family and the Firestone family were pretty close and tight knit.
So could we
Prosperity.
Use
Oh.
my conch to summon Sarah the Sea Captain to take us faster to the area of
Ooh.
coastline of there or Prosperity, and we can
Well,
use the little dinghy
wouldn't we
from the
take-
ship to get
No.
to land.
Well,
with
why
the
wouldn't we
horses.
have the ship take us all the way down to the Shadow's Breath Forest and then
And
go
go
back
back.
up?
Do Shadow's Breath Forest first,
Which
and then
one
make our way
can
up
we
from
take?
there.
How long is it going to take? Was the question.
I guess it
There
really
is on
doesn't.
on that side of the continent.
Yeah, Shadow's Breath is on the other side of that continent, so you're gonna have to like go all the fucking way around to
Will
get
take
the
longer.
west side to get to Shadow's Breath.
I say we go to there
Ooh,
and that with the horses.
ooh,
we're
we're
So
gonna
gonna.
go
yeah,
inland.
Bark Hollow's here. Shadow's Breath is down here.
Okay.
So
So
We
if
go
you
to
go down,
there
you're gonna have to go like
then
all
ride
the way
back
We're gonna have
around
to
to
go around the
Shadow's Breath,
Bone
or are you
Spittle
gonna go like
Plateau where
all
there's
the way
people
around?
there's orcs that are.
And these I didn't tell you about, but these are there for a reason.
Hmm.
And Shadow's Breath.
ship super fast to there, then overland to Prosperity and back to Barks Hollow.
I disagree.
Yeah, no, we're not doing it. We're not doing a main quest. There's no point in going back to Barks Hollow, except to get like a piddly rapier.
I thought there was the main quest.
No, there
Oh.
is a side
No,
quest.
there's another side quest.
Oh damn! All right.
Well,
So-
so here's the thing. It sounds like we are not going to be able, we should not go to Rockport until we have amulets.
Why don't we just go to Rockport and find amulets there?
We don't know if there are.
If we
Well,
can
I
confirm
think
that
if-
we can get amulets there, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
It seems like logical since it's right next to the
yeah,
that area, but
yeah. Let's just roll the dice. Because they're
You are committed to go to Prosperity.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
can decide right now to say we're gonna do Prosperity and go somewhere else and try to get shit, whether it's Arcove or wherever, and we can set that up. Or you can say let's go to Prosperity, let's see how things go, and we'll go from there. Or you can try to get whatever you want
run
right
back
now.
to Bark Hollow and then so
Exactly, because
I like
it doesn't even if you say let's get this and this and this, and if shit changes, you can always change change your
and I
mind.
don't-
Like it's not
I don't
set
think
in
Lady-
stone,
Okay.
you know.
yeah,
That's
and I don't
really
think
why I
Lady
wish we had
Shrewsbury
all-
is willing to just like load us up with magical
Prosperity.
totems from various important people to just throw in our cart while we run around doing a bunch of side quests.
You also, yeah, and with all this shit that's going to get to you guys, you don't know what you're going to encounter. You don't know what's going to happen
Mhm.
right.
to you or potentially said items.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like there's a
let's
bunch
just-
of unknowns, and that's not to be like I have a shit plan, but that's just
Yeah. So
You
for
know.
sure,
Let's
we're going to
stick with
Prosperity.
Prosperity. Maybe push through to there afterwards, depending on how Prosperity goes.
And let's just take
and
the
then
Triton with
regroup.
us.
take the Triton with you.
Yeah, we should at least take one of these things with us,
Yes.
Okay.
so we don't have to come back if we don't need to.
So we're going to
Yeah,
Prosperity.
So what
Take it
do you
with
want to take with you?
Let's take the Triton. I think we're all pretty set
The
on
Trident.
right?
Okay.
Is that-
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to take Mariana's Trident with you
Yes.
on your journey? Oh, all right. I will get my attendant to bring it to you. And yeah, you're getting loaded up. Horses are being fastened to your cart. Things are happening. Someone brings you the Trident. It's fucking gorgeous. It is like the most beautiful weapon you have seen. And they hand it over to you guys. Who's gonna have it?
I think probably go in the hat if I'm.
Let's just
but-
put it in the hat because I'm
Go in
pretty.
the hat.
Yeah, let's put it in the hat.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you put it in the hat, and you guys are getting loaded up, ready to go to Prosperity. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Cool. You guys are loaded up. You got your fancy, you got your new fancy arrows. You've got everything going. You dropped off shields and things like that. If you purchased another shield or did anything else, I know the Og mentioned it. Just mark it down.
Yeah,
make
I would-
sure
I
I
the.
got
would
to
the-
mark. I
definitely
took the gold out. We're good to go.
okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Nigel, you're gonna go buy a cheap rapier or some other offhand weapon to bring with you.
I don't like
For
do.
now.
I have a dagger if I want to do offhand stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like doing it also
Well,
because it
and-
kind of kills all my it's not worth it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nigel. From how Nigel's playing, he likes his bonus action for his
Disengaged.
disengaging and shit. Yeah. So, so you guys, your carriage is loaded up. Horses are going. You're all in there. You got your training. You go. All right. Who's driving?
I am.
Nigel's driving. All right. You get there. And you're like, ha, and you get going. And you start going. You're headed down the main path.
Finally.
And
3 hours later, we're actually leaving.
right. As you guys shut up. You guys want to do it in a game. Shut up. You guys are going
We learned our
down the
lesson.
main path out of Bark Hollow, and you see as you get closer that there is someone standing immediately in the center of the road, kind of blocking your path.
Roll perception.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure.
Hood up.
No.
No.
Are they wearing dark purple robes? No, they are not.
No, I'm putting my hood up.
Oh, you're putting your. Yeah, go for it.
I got a 6.
Oh,
There's someone in the way.
14.
perception.
Okay. There's a small person in the way.
Small person. Okay.
21.
Oh,
23.
Og. Oh, Og. 23? Oh, Callista and Og. Yeah, as you guys get closer, there is a dwarf that is standing in front of where your horses are going, very heavily armored, and has a big old maul strapped to his back.
Hello, good
And
sir.
you get closer, and he's not moving, so you kind of stop the cart.
What's going on there, dwarf friend?
Well, not you, Nigel, because you rolled a 6. Callista, you recognize this is your buddy Baylor. And he's sitting there and says, I hear that you are growing to the town of Prosperity. Is this correct?
Hell yeah,
Lord.
brother! And then
Good friend, we are.
yeah.
He takes his maul off of his back, puts his hands, and he sits there and takes a deep breath, and he just lays it down on the ground and kind of gets on his knees. He's like, I would very much like to accompany you to Prosperity if you would have me. The mine that is there, I have heard rumor has produced the most rare of minerals that no one has ever seen before, and as a dwarf, I would just be incredibly honored if I could go and see what this is. And he's not looking his whole time, just looking down and basically begging you to come along and help out.
Well, Baylor, you're most welcome to come with us. Would you mind teaching me some tricks and trade along the way with my jeweler's tools and crafting these minerals that maybe I too can learn from your wisdom?
He looks up and he just has a big smile on his face and he puts his maul back. I am happy to give you whatever knowledge I have that you may be able to use in your travels. I will aid you in any way that I can, and with Tempest and by our side and Moradin by our side, we can accomplish so much together, and I thank you for allowing me to accompany you on this journey.
Can I roll well, it's sense motive in Pathfinder, but is that insight?
Yeah.
What's his class, by the way?
What's his class?
Yeah.
Throw an insight.
Okay.
I don't know if I ever told you guys.
Excuse me.
24.
Oh, yeah,
Nat 20 for a 24.
Got a 1 again!
He
Clearly a mage.
like he is so he's so excited. Like his level, he's trying to suppress his level of excitement for going to this place with you guys, for how important it is to him.
Does it? What I guess what I'm looking for is like
Mhm.
with my 24. Does it look like he's got ulterior motives, or if like
Not
what he's
at
telling
all.
us is okay? All right.
No. Nigel, he could be a barbarian. He
Ooh.
could have the most the most beautiful singing voice. You have no clue.
Okay.
He's armored up so he can fight. He's got a big old hammer. He probably knows how to use it.
Cool. God.
Yeah. So so where is everyone sitting? Like, are people walking? Are people all in the cart? Because
So
like
the
there are
cart-
5 of you now.
Yeah.
I thought
so
there was a
it has
horse.
two.
We all had horses.
So it
didn't
had-
we?
There are 2 horses that are like pulling the cart.
Pulling the cart.
Okay, so the way the cart
I'm
works.
walking.
Oh, but we have
This-
2 other
okay,
horses. So we
fine.
have 4 horses total. I'm going to be riding my own horse.
You want
Okay.
your own horse?
All
I'm
right.
riding my own horse
Okay.
I
Why
was
you got
saying
it
the
put
cart-
up and hidden?
with my
Yeah.
cloak up hidden. He's
Yeah,
the
So it
horse
looks
is
like
like
the horse that has no one riding on it.
it's like tied to the cart,
It's a ghost.
The-
like
horse.
just trotting
The
along
cloak
like a
blends
spare.
into
but
the horse.
The horse just has a weird hump
That
on its
horse has a
back.
tumor. What's wrong with that
Yes.
horse?
What hump? What hump?
it's like I'm
that a
like
camel?
luggage. I look like a pack mule. Luggage on pack mule.
Great.
Horse camel hybrid.
Well, I was gonna say the cart has 2 seats on the front, and then it kind of has like a seating area on the top of it as well.
Also inside.
Yeah.
All right. So whoever's driving, there's one and then another.
Mhm.
And then there are the 2 horses pulling it. That Callista has her own horse. There's of course room inside. So Nigel, you're up driving. Callista, you're on your own horse. Steven, where you want to be?
I could sit next to Nigel.
Yeah.
Okay. Og, where do you want to be?
I feel like Og would be up top,
Okay. Then let's
as long as he's not like too heavy for the cart, like ceiling. Okay.
let's say that Baylor kind of goes back and forth with like walking and then like being on the cart with you guys.
Okay. So we hypothetically we would have been given 4 horses. So I would say instead of there being 2, we have 3 pulling the cart.
I'm
And-
sorry. Did you request 4 horses?
Oh no, we only had 3. Yeah, we always only had 3, didn't we?
Correct. Did
Yeah.
you keep your own horse?
Mm, 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 mm.
Okay. So you guys, yeah, it's like day and a half journey to prosperity. You guys are going along, swapping stories.
I
Callista,
was
you
gonna say,
wanted.
can Og talk to Baylor about like just kind
Abs-
of tell him about all the what happened to us on the mountain and ask if he's tell
Yeah.
him about the cultists and stuff. See if he's ever
Yeah.
heard of any of
Oh,
that.
tell Baylor our snail. Yeah, we definitely tell him about like our snail being stolen back.
Stolen back.
Yeah.
He was abandoned
Well, since
and
you
we
phrased
saved
it that
him.
way,
No.
Yeah, that seems like a very intense battle. I wish I was there to have aided you in such a feat. I can't say that the dragon below is anything that I've encountered before, but I can consult with Moradin and see if I get any wisdom from him.
Oh.
As far as your snail stolen back, that implies that you stole the snail to begin with. And if that is the case, then I guess the snail would be with his rightful owner now.
Well,
Well,
the
when you
snail was
say that-
abandoned.
It was
And-
abandoned, and we took care of it for I don't know 4 months now. It seemed I kind of grew attached to it, and it's not like the snail was held, you know.
Against
Well, you could say that I found a great axe. And I had many adventures with this great axe, and I have slain many monsters with this great axe and became very attached to this great axe. But I may come to a town where a man says, "Sir, that is my great axe." And he gives me proof that this is his great axe and it belongs to him. Then would it not be in my honor and my good nature to return this great axe to its rightful owner?
Oh,
But
you
what if
would.
the axe
Buy it.
didn't want to go with the owner?
But what if the great axe was not? The great axe is not a living thing.
Yeah,
if
the
someone
great axe.
abandoned their child,
Yeah,
their beloved pet, to fend
Yeah,
for
it's
itself, and we
around.
cared for it so it wouldn't die or fall into the wrong hands or be abused.
Yeah,
That's quite
let's do
different.
this like a dog. Say you find a dog on the side of the road,
A
and then you
baby's better.
have the dog for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, and then the owner comes back who abandoned the dog now that it's seen all the good work that you've done with the dog and how great the dog is now. These are two completely different stories, Fred.
All I can say is that if someone has provided proof that they in fact own said item or animal or whatever, that thing should be returned to its rightful owner. Do you have something that shows that it is properly yours?
Hmm. You're not going to be as fun to have on this trip as I thought. And I kind of go about my things.
Okay.
And
So
in
yeah,
downtime, I'm asking him to teach me jeweler's tools, working with minerals, digging out that magic stuff.
Oh, I'm talking to my hat too. My hat starts talking to me about how heavy it feels, and then I'm like excited because it can feel things now.
okay.
I'm telling you, teach your hat magic. You can just whisper like what you need to do in your ear whenever you need to do magic. So like make your hat like a multi-class to a wizard or something.
You,
Wizard
Just
slash hat.
hold it open and just shoots fireballs out.
Yes, exactly.
You go through your day, going through how much you can. You kind of camp for the night, set up a little area. You open up the carriage and make a little tent or whatever you do for whenever you guys sleep in it. Nothing really happens. Nothing really comes along.
Fire?
For what? Is there a fire? I don't know.
I
You guys
light a
make
fire.
you guys-
You told me. Of course.
Okay,
Just
Callista
evil.
has a campfire to cook to make things yummy to eat, and Steven is the furthest away from this fire near the tree,
Under the cart.
over on the side of the road that he can be. He doesn't want to be anywhere near this fire.
I guess I'm gonna try and
burns
read
us.
some of those books that Jimson gave me.
You're gonna read some books?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Cool.
Og's gonna practice with his brass knuckles when he's got some downtime. You know, just
Cool.
Practicing with
punching
Baylor.
trees and stuff.
Cool. Yeah, both of you guys give me a roll.
D20.
Yeah.
19.
That's yeah, you're
7.
reading you're Nigel, you read some of these books and you're like,
I've
oh,
got
I know
splinters.
this whole, yeah, exactly. This whole magic thing, I think I might be able to do this. This is I'm sorry. This whole magic thing, yes, I think I may be able to do this. I understand some of the words in this book. And Callista, or not Callista, I'm sorry, fuck. Og, you're going through and you're just like throwing punches with these things and trying to hit. And you're like, these are like good beat sticks in my hands, but nothing special. You're just going through, nothing's really like kind of
Clicking yet.
becoming
That's
clear
fine.
to you. Yeah, exactly. So you guys sleep, you
Og
come up.
takes a while to figure things out.
Yeah. Nothing really goes throughout the night. You load back up, go through. Oh, sorry, Callista, give me a roll. Give me an intelligence roll for your jeweler's
Straight
tool.
intelligence.
Yeah, just intelligence. See how that goes.
18.
18. Baylor shows you some good tips and tricks of how to do things, of how to kind of take something that you found, whether it be an ore or something else, kind of chip it down to just the gem itself, and a couple different ways that you can kind of harness or make something around it. You don't have really the materials for him to show you what to do, but he kind of, through what he tells you and some tips, like you're getting a couple of good ideas. So you're not proficient at all yet, but you're on your way. You guys load up, you go again, making your way there. Takes about half of the day, and you get you do see the forest as you're going through. the Many-Eyed Forest. If anyone wants to do a history check about the Many-Eyed Forest, if you know anything about it, you can.
Oof.
Um,
13.
7.
Well,
I heard
5.
13 and 7 and 5.
I got a
Yeah.
13 as well.
13, 13, 7, 5. Yeah, I mean, you've heard stories about the Many-Eyed Forest. No like real specifics that you can recall about what is inside. Just that you have heard some
Obviously
things that
eyes.
people have definitely gone in searching for things and have either not returned at all or come out very just like shaken and not themselves. Not quite catatonic, but just like completely
PTSD.
changed. Yeah, that's a good thing. So you make your way around it and you see the town of Prosperity, and it's right on the cliff that goes down to the ocean, that kind of goes down there. It's a decent sized town. It's not really small. Like it's not just a couple shops here and there and some residencies. Like it's decently big. It's bigger than Bark Hollow, like with everything that was there, like the main building and the couple offset buildings that were there and the encampment that was there at one point that has started to disband. It's bigger than that. It's not quite. Nigel would know this from Gold Cliff. Gold Cliff kind of has a couple different, I guess, boroughs maybe is the best thing. Like here's the poor
Neighborhoods.
section. Here's like everyone's happy, and here's like the rich section. It's there's definitely a main section that is the most well off, and then kind of a merchant area, residential, and things like that. But it's not anything that like just goes from like complete shit to the best thing ever.
It's prosperous.
Yeah, it's definitely. How dare you? It's a good town. It's not gigantic. It's not like the jewel of the eastern coast, but it's good. It looks like it's definitely getting some improvements. General things that you could find here, whether it be food, items, weapons, you could probably find, but it's not so big as you could find like the best of the best. So you guys are strolling in. It is walled off kind of around the city. It's not a super like big wall, like it's not a 10-foot wall or anything, but it does have some defenses set up. And as you guys are kind of coming into the main entryway, there are some guards. There's some, not necessarily militia, but some town guards that just kind of come up and say, "State your business."
We are here to speak to the
Allura.
Allura's family. We were at Torlak's assault, and we were fighting him back, and we saved Allura, and we are here to speak to them. They sent us some messages. Here's documentation from Lady Shrewsbury saying that we are expected.
Oh, so you are going to see the Morsi family?
Yes. Allura Morse.
Okay.
He asks for the documentation and looks at it for a second and gives it back. Says,
All right, you may proceed. All
and he says, all clear, all clear. And then the gate opens up and you guys go in.
Can you
And he
give me
says that-
directions? Where?
Yeah, he says go up the hill to the highest point you really can't miss it. It's the most beautiful residence in town. It's at the top of the hill. That is the Morsi estate, and you'll find them there.
Thank you, good sir.
So, you guys go through. You kind of, as you're going up the hill, it's a little bit of like this is the super poor. They're just making it by section, and then here's the marketplace, and then everyone is kind of like on even keel as far as you're looking around. Households are pretty similar.
As we're going through the poor section, Steven is gonna grab like 5 gold and
Oh.
find somebody on the street and
Jesus Christ, dude.
Like,
You just
No,
find
don't-
someone, just
don't
random
just start
person.
telling.
Like, if-
don't
if-
just start
if they looked
throwing
at their-
people gold at random people. That's
Yeah,
not a
you
good
find
thing to do.
like there are a couple beggars that are over there to just like kind of head down with the
use like a silver or
alms
something.
played out and
Yeah.
things like that. No, he said gold.
Ooh.
Don't you tell him what he can give and what he can't. Yeah, there's like a woman that's pretty down on her luck and a couple like smaller kids around her.
Mhm.
They're just
That's
like
what I'm looking
sitting
for.
there with the thing out. You throw it in there.
Yep.
Yeah,
One of them's a rapist. I hope you're happy.
it hits their plate and they like look down at it and she kind of looks around and looks up and looks at this thing and she's like grabs her kids and like hugs them real tight and like you can't really hear what they're saying so you guys keep going but she's looks ecstatic.
Good. That's
Yeah, mark that off your gold.
Yep.
And you guys go up like the living areas of this town are pretty similar. They look really, really nice. Nothing is like this place is better. Like the west side is better than the east side. Like it's pretty nice. It's not real decadent. But it looks pretty. What are you doing, Nigel?
Nothing.
Okay.
Well,
As
everyone
you're-
stops like, what the fuck is he doing over there?
Trying to figure out where
Um,
it disappears.
Yeah, you guys are getting through and you finally get to the top of the hill and there are gates there again with more guards and you let them know and you give them the documentation from Lady Shrewsbury and they let you in. The cart goes in there. There he is.
I hit the wrong button.
The cart goes in there. You guys dismount and there's a very kind of the biggest housing that you've seen. It's not quite a mansion, but it's just like a super nice house. Probably about 3 stories. There's a main floor. There might be a basement. There might be a second level. As you're going
Sidebar, all I could hear when you said
In there-
dismount was fucking Monty Python and the Quest for Holy Grail.
dismount. And you guys, they're there. The main guards kind of go in as you're getting everyone off of the carriage and mounts and everything. They're taking them to their stables. They went in to announce you. And as you walk up to the main doors, the doors fly open and you see Elora. And she looks much better than the last time you saw her. She was not necessarily malnourished, but she was looking a little kind of thin in the cheeks. She was pale. You don't know how long she was in Torlek's lair. And she runs out and let's see. Who does she embrace? Let's find out. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not the right die. I need a new die. There it is.
Triangle.
1, 2, 3, 4. She runs up and she's just bolting towards you guys and she's got a big smile on her face and she jumps up and grabs Og right around the waistline.
Of course she does.
Everybody loves Og.
Ladies man.
And she's just
Og is
she's
a
squeezing
target.
my she's like I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for coming.
Welcome. Og like kind of gingerly like hugs her back.
Yeah. It's just I didn't think you were gonna come.
Ooh.
Why wouldn't we come?
It's been 3 weeks.
Well, we've got things we've got to do. No offense to you. We can't. You're like the number 2 thing we did out of like the 8 that we had to do. So really,
We came
Priorities.
as soon as we could, Elora. As soon as we could.
Yeah, she's yeah, she's just fucking hanging on to Og. Just like right there, just like all like near tears. And as she is hugging Og, there is you guys see a man walk out of the house, and he's got like 2 or 3 guards around him that are just kind of keeping their distance and coming. And he walks up to you all. Good-looking guy. He's a human. Human. He's got a beard. Kind of salt and pepper beard. Kind of got a little bit of a receding hairline, short hair, very well dressed. and he walks up and just says, "So, you are them. You're the group that rescued my Elora from that dastardly dragon. I thank you very much. My name is Krelborn Morsi, and welcome to my house." And he invites you guys in.
I just want to roll insight on this dude.
Sure. What for?
Just to kind of see if he's not, I don't know. I don't like his vibe.
You don't like anyone's vibe. Any person I fucking introduce, you're just like, I want to roll
Wait,
insight.
you
Like, go
said
for it. I don't.
He's human?
He's human. Yeah.
Okay, 'cause
Krelborn,
I wrote down that Elora was a half-elf, so I'm guessing her mom must be...
What is your
elf.
relation to Elora?
Elora was half elf.
Yeah.
That was what
I
I had
put-
in my notes.
In my mind, I know that Janelva was half elf.
Oh.
Okay, I had Janella written down as human, so... Okay, I
Just
probably got
yeah,
it
just
mixed up.
switch those up. I
I could have said that, but I don't remember. But for right now, let's say that Elora is human and Janelva's a half-elf, okay? Cool.
no problem.
So we're gonna.
Krelborn, what is your relation to Elora again?
I am her father.
Father, I thought so. She has your look.
Thank you very much. I like to think so as well. Please come inside. And he invites you guys inside to his 3-story humble abode, not quite mansion.
You have a beautiful home. Mr. Percy.
You're what'd you say, 17 insight, Nigel?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's happy to have you guys
Cool.
here. You saved his baby. He invites you guys in. It's a very nice house, very well decorated. There are, some very nice paintings on the wall, lots of very fine draperies and silks and things as far as on the, adorning the walls and the furniture and things like that. And he says, we were told that you would be coming. We received word before you got here. And Elora, well, and he kind of leans in. He goes, beckons you.
She's not the best cook, but she wanted to make you a meal in thanks for rescuing her. So even if it doesn't taste very good, please say that you love it. It would make me so
I
happy.
can eat almost anything.
Yeah, anything.
I'm a goblin. I'll eat anything.
Yeah.
We're happy to be.
I tried eating rock.
I'm happy to.
It was dry.
Yeah. We
Okay.
just eat rocks and dry food, and it's
a little
not
gritty.
You should have seen the shit I ate before I was.
Was it actually?
Okay.
It was.
So
quite-
you,
Literally shit.
all right. So you guys, you guys go in, and it's like the dining hall that is there. It's not quite like completely separate. Here's the kitchen way back off, and like the servants' quarters, and here's like the main dining hall. Like it's almost like there's an island between the kitchen and the dining area. So you can see Elora going around, and she's all happy, and she's like, cutting stuff up and trying to get things going. And Krelborn just says, "So, tell me, what?" And he just like basically says, like, recount the how you found my daughter, and like wants you to regale the story of like defeating the dragon and everything you've done since then. And blah, blah,
Wasn't
blah,
really
blah.
defeated.
We do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like you go through everything.
do
Because
that.
you're gonna have to recount that for us. So,
Yeah,
Exactly.
So pretty much like you start recounting it, and then you're gonna just speak as Nigel, and then it's done.
Exactly.
Yeah, I use my voices.
We kicked its ass.
Yeah.
You
I use
so-
The story,
techniques,
the story
I do
gets a
whole
little
thing.
Nigel vibe.
exactly. So so you guys go through that. Is there anything you want to ask Krelborn?
I guess I want to see if he can help my buddy out get to those mines. If he knows anything about these mines, these minerals.
Oh yeah, we have a.
Oh,
dwarf.
Baylor?
Yeah,
I got you.
Baylor over here is really.
Well, you said my buddy. I always think you're talking about Snail, so I don't know. He says, "Oh yes, yeah, our family started the mines, and it's been very, very profitable. It's yes, the Elorium that has come out of it has been very, very profitable.
Oh, so
It's
you
very
named it? Is your daughter named after the mineral, or is
Mineral?
Why would I do that? No, that is the best thing that I could do to immortalize my daughter's name. We found this once the mine was started, and what better way than to name this new element after my beautiful daughter
The opposite,
Elora?
the other way. You
What a,
name
what a kind
the
gesture.
mineral after your daughter.
I thought so.
Whoa. What did
And
Lorium
so,
do?
Yeah.
well, Elorium is we're still learning about it. It can be used to make weapons and armor and things that you couldn't imagine, and the power and the characteristics that come about this is phenomenal, and it's things we haven't seen before. However, since it is a new and very experimental ore, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and if it doesn't, we just need to find more. But there are things that we have used it for there. And he just starts going into it, and Baylor's eyes just get all big, and he starts talking with them about just smithing and forging and doing all this, and how wanting him to describe the mineral, and he's never seen it before. He's only heard tale and go through, and he kind of takes Krellborn's attention going through all this. And as this is going on, and as Elora is preparing a meal and everything, I want everyone to do a perception for me real quick.
19.
10.
18.
Man, digital dice have not been rolling.
Yeah, I
well
heard
today.
19, 18, 10,
16.
16. Okay. Callista, Nigel, Steven, as you guys are kind of listening and just enjoying yourselves, sipping on water or wine or whatever you guys have, listening to and just watching Baylor get all excited about this new ore, and Krillborn taking in all the information and listening to Elora, chop, 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 clear all the stuff, you start to hear a noise that's a little off, that you're just like, that doesn't sound right for where we are. And it's just kind of it's like it comes from the kitchen area, and it was like where there was like a chop, 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 and there's almost like a gritty, like slushy sound, like it's tuck, tuck, tuck. You're like, what? That's not what we heard before. That's something different. And it just kind of goes on for a couple seconds, and you turn around and look, and Alora's at the like prep table, just like her back is to you, and she's just kind of doing the motions where she's chop, 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 and you just hear like a and she stops, and she kind of like straightens up, and you hear a voice come from the kitchen area that just says, "You should not be here." It is not her voice.
Can I roll perception?
Sure, you can do another one. That's fine.
Put up, sneak into. I want to sneak into the threshold of the room, see what I see.
I got an 11 for perception.
Yeah, kind of the same stuff, Calista. You threw your hood up, and you're not able to sneak yet, but she turns around, and when she does, you see the knife that is in her hand that she was using to cut things is bloodied, and as she goes around, her hand
I was
is
gonna say, I'm
bloodied
pretty
and
sure
dripping
She lost
as
some
well.
fingers there, I think.
And she looks like her, but she just looks like she is not there. She's just kind of like looking towards the ceiling, and her eyes are rolled back in her head. And she says, so she said, "You should not be here." And she takes the knife that's in her hand and puts it up to her throat, and she says,
Running, Krell.
and she says, I do not wish to, it's her voice, but it's not her voice. She says, I do not wish to spill further blood. If you desire this body to remain among the land of the living, any and all of the goings on in the Morsi mine will cease now, or blood will spill upon this floor in a deluge. I was just holding it there.
Hoods up, go and get the knife from her.
You better do the stealth check real quick. You really want to advance on this?
Can I do a religion check or something to see, or
Sure.
some kind of like to see if I recognize the voice?
Yeah, you can do the religion check. Go for it.
I guess what I see what Callista's
Dog
saying.
noticed
I'm
this
gonna
yet?
just start trying to talk the
Yeah.
whatever itself
Okay.
down.
Because he did
Oh,
not have
well,
a great roll on his perception.
15.
Yeah, nothing really as far as what you know. It looks like some sort of possession.
Dirty 20.
And
What is her dad doing?
He went white as a sheet, and he's just like, he is. I mean, his daughter is a knife to her throat. He doesn't really know what to do.
So I'm just gonna start. I'm pretty much gonna try and persuade him to kind of put the knife down.
And
So
while
I'm
he's
just gonna-
talking,
Yeah, so like Fred, like I don't understand really what's going on here. This girl seems like an innocent. Really, she doesn't really involved in this. Why don't we kind of just put the knife down and we can talk, and then we can figure out where we need to go and who needs to be where.
All right, you want to throw a persuasion up?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
I got 20. Let me see, 24.
Oh God, you were close. Nope.
Oh my god!
while he's talking and
You were
distracting,
close. Yeah,
I-
you're sneaking up there. It says there will be no negotiation. What has happened in the mines will cease, or this body will cease. And Crowborn's just like, please, no, not my daughter. No, I've just gotten her back. No, please, no, I'll do anything. As this is going on, Baylor, like you see him because he was sitting there talking to Krellborn this whole time. He goes around him, is like seemingly trying to comfort him, like everything will be fine, blah, blah, blah. And you see him reaching into his armor a bit. And as he does that, Callista, what are you gonna try to do?
I'm gonna take my shield and I'm sneaking stealthed up, dirty 20, take my shield to at the same time as grab the knife while shoving the shield up so she can't
Okay.
reaction.
You're coming up, and it looks down like, again, eyes roll in the back of the head, but you can tell it just goes down and it's just like this. It says, you will advance no more.
Damn it.
And as it's looking down at you, Baylor grabs something out of his armor and shoves it up, and it starts glowing with like a brilliant white light. And he just starts saying, "In Moradin's name, you will go from this place." And it just like shines all through the kitchen. And she like is sitting there with it. And as she's kind of sitting there convulsing, well, everyone perception real quick.
Not one.
21.
12.
6. Oh, he's a warlock.
Callista, you are the only one that sees this. As the light is going and she's like sitting there kind of going like this, there is a faint kind of ball of something, light, essence, whatever, that kind of you see just kind of like goes from her body and goes just like shooting out the building. And as he's sitting there holding it and the light goes down, she just kind of like she goes down and crumples down to her knees, and her eyes come back, and she kind of comes to and looks down and sees her hand and just starts screaming.
I run up, grab the fingers, and slap them on and throw some cure wounds on that.
Well, they're disconnected, so you're not going to be able to do that.
Well.
And with that happening, and with it being the time it is, let's go ahead and call it there.
Quick question. The ball of light that Callista saw leave her body, was it similar to the way the cultists left when we were fighting them and they decided to leave?
Well, let's address that next time.
Okay.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
I wanted to bring it up now so that, like,
Yeah, no, that's fine. I love it.
remember. So.
And stop.